live on here, and then you can repost it. It's on the YouTube channel.
I gotta do this.
You can post a YouTube.
Whoa.
How do you know for sure?
How do you know for sure?
Goodness.
For sure.
Oh, I don't got my thing, my disclaimer
How do you
page.
ever really know? You're one of us.
I'll be back before it even starts.
Sure. How do you ever really know?
Leak. Oh, social media is fucking crazy. It's 2025. It just works. Most of the time.
How do you ever really know? Really know. And you're one of us. You're one of us.
How do you really know?
Oh, don't even look like we're hooked up. Gary's there, but it doesn't say he's there, but it says he's there.
I don't see it live on YouTube. That's what I was looking for.
I found it. It's live.
Say Gary's on there. Let me see what I can do. Welcome to the Outhouse podcast.
There it is.
Remember, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the Outhouse podcast, its affiliates, its guests, or even us. It is just for entertainment. Very odd.
How do you know for sure? How do you ever really know?
All right.
know.
Posted. I gotta go back to it. All right.
Let me see what happens.
Finally, I have been waiting. Mayhem Warehouse. Dudes! What's good?
Is there somebody? Oh, there they are. They're popping in now.
Hey, we got 4 different chats right now.
I gotta can't really find mine. I can find mine.
I had to close YouTube and reopen it, but then it was like, first one. Bam! Let me give it a like. Hey, look, I can like it.
Daggone. Mine ain't up there. It's like, nope. I don't think so. Can't get in the chat, man. What's going on? Bunch of Seth stuff.
Every time.
difficulties.
But no media farm. That's weird.
So I think the only one with
It's
technical
usually-
difficulties.
It usually pops right up. Damn, Al.
I closed YouTube and reopened
Let me
it. That's how
close
it
my
popped up
shit
for
and
me.
see.
That was the only way it worked for me.
I didn't even have it open, though. That's why.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Still nothing. Huh. That's
Good old
weird.
Shane.
Gary says as soon as he left, he got the
Isn't that
notification.
weird? There it is. For some reason, it just wouldn't pop up. That's why people's like, oh, it didn't pop up for me. Oh, yeah, before Otto says, go down and make it say all messages. You know, on the top of your thing right there. See where the scissors are and where the messages things are?
Yeah.
If you hit the little arrow things beside it. Nah.
What are we doing? What are we trying to do?
Like this right here.
Oh, yeah, give him a chat.
See the scissors?
Oh,
I said the chat. You didn't listen. You didn't listen.
the scissors was on there. Was on a different page. Again,
Where's your chat at?
I'm in the chat.
Not the scissors. Beside the scissors. That thing, and then hit all comments.
Oh, okay,
Because
gotcha.
we don't get them all the time for some reason.
That's interesting. Oh, I'm learning. I didn't know that.
So anyway, what's up, everybody?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing? Are you doing the doing?
Oh,
See,
welcome
I'm
back.
over there buffering and shit. I don't know what's going on. My phone is tripping. Of course, I don't have my internet on my phone right now, so because it barely works here as it is, so it's probably like,
It's got all the devices right now. It's freaking out. It doesn't know.
Man, I need my coffee. It wasn't ready. Oh, there it is. It's ready now. Gary said, you just taught me that. We're all learning here, brother.
I just learned that too. Yep.
That's what Otto's usually. That's what he's talking about when he comes in. He goes, "Go down and hit your all comments," because it usually just says important ones, and then I'll be looking here and not seeing them all, and then look over there and be like, "Damn, they're kind of why it's not jiving." It's not jiving.
There's only 5 out of 10 here. What is going on?
So what's new, fellas? We got KV Malone back.
What's good? Welcome back, man.
Feels good to be back. I love this place.
We had a guest dish this out, and then another guest. It was the last moment for him, and he couldn't do it. So I made a post. KP says, "Yeah, let me get on down here."
They jumped right on it.
And here we are.
And he showed up all dripped out too. He was like, I was
Tripped
ready.
out. This is light.
This is
light.
light.
Soon I'm just trying to take advantage of this cold weather while it's still cool a little bit. You know?
It's
Yeah.
getting ready to get more,
Gotta start losing weight now.
Stop eating sugar. That's the same problem I got.
Sugar is the problem. And sugar's in everything.
It's the worst drug on the planet.
Just take my car. I don't have no AC.
Shit, I'm about to start
Yeah.
working out there for real.
You know, I went by your house the other day and beat.
Did you?
Yeah.
I would have known who that was from in there.
I had to stop over at the spot and drop off some truss
Oh,
for their little deal I got in a scrappity-doo-dah deal.
that big antenna that you collected.
Instead of scrapping it, I thought, well, you know what? We'll hook them boys up and they can do the same thing I did.
That's cool.
Make them do the
If they
same
get
thing.
some lights. They got to get some lights.
Lots.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. They say it's about who you know. It's about who you know.
Oh, speaking of, so yeah, we're doing a pre-production post. Get out there and go. The Gas Band is going to do a show over at the spot on the 17th, I believe, is a Saturday. We're going to go there and raise the roof off that G-Rods back there. So
Yeah.
we'll keep you posted. But
A
come on
long
down. It's
time
over there
coming.
with 6-8 something or another Garfield. Right over there.
Yep, right over by 7th and Garfield. I know that much because that's where I
it's in
used to.
between like 7th and 9th or something.
Yeah. Dope spot. You'll
But
know
it's-
it when you
it's
go
the
out
alley.
there.
It's actually the alley behind Garfield.
People in Ohio don't give you the address. They just describe the
It's over
streets
there
right
by
next
that
to-
rock, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Everybody
that,
will be
that
standing
big tall
outside.
tree.
I swear everybody does that to me, and I'm like,
That big tall
from
tree with
around
the.
here.
It's always got the 2 gray squirrels in it.
like, you know that Walmart? Yeah, that Walmart over next to the big road over yonder. Yeah.
It's the one right beside it.
I actually just started going to Walmart without using my GPS.
It's a
recently.
4-way traffic stop. Right beside it.
Really? Dang.
I've been out here a few years and it's slow.
Well, with all the road
what part of
closures-
town you live in?
Southwest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your Walmart, you're going to the one on Tusk.
Yeah, probably.
Because I got Walmart right up the street.
But sometimes we go to the one. Yeah, sometimes we go to the one on 62.
Yeah, that's the
To
one
be
right
honest,
here.
I only
Yep.
go like food shopping in Walmart. I go to where you bins and bins to go get
You're
the
right.
deals and shit.
I go to the Dollar General a lot.
Yeah, Dollar General.
I try to avoid Walmart at all costs. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know, the ambiance in there, man.
Man, how
Everybody's
the food-
running.
When's the last time you bought groceries? It's so fucking expensive.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
you're telling me, yeah.
So
I
bad.
pointed out, I was at the, it used
I
to
don't
be the
buy
Dollar
groceries
Tree Family
no
Dollar.
more. I
But-
buy a couple of things here and a couple of things because you can buy like a gallon of milk and some chicken, and then next week you can buy a can of soup and then a potato or 2 or an onion. And then the following week you can get some ramen noodles and some mustard.
Yeah.
You
Unfortunately.
know what's really good with ramen noodles? Sesame seed oil.
Yeah.
If you never tried it, you have to try it. It's amazing.
Sesame seed. Dude, so much can be mixed in ramen, honestly. Like, I would know so many recipes because I lived on ramen for a long time. That's how it is with me. It's just, I go shopping almost on a daily basis for the next meal for the next day. Sometimes I'll get something that'll last a while, but good luck finding that for $10. Something that'll last a while.
Eggs are super expensive.
Super expensive. I pointed out it was canned chicken is $8 for a can. I pointed it out
That's
to the
crazy.
worker walking by. I was like, $8 Now you're like, I know this crazy.
Canned chicken go a long way too. I did a lot of things with canned chicken. Like
Yeah.
make chicken noodle soup.
Well, I was gonna get some like
Yeah.
wings, break them down in a slow cooker, and I was like, well, I'll just get them pre-chopped. It'd be cheaper.
And Gary says, welcome back, because, last week Will was sick, and I went into the hospital Tuesday night and was there till Wednesday afternoon. So by the time I got out of there, I was fried and in pain. I could have died better here than what I did just sitting there in pain at the hospital.
I was just talking to Will
That
about
shit
that.
was crazy.
How
What
they
was you in the
just make you
hospital for?
wait.
Huh?
What was you in the hospital for?
I don't know. I thought I was having either a kidney stone or appendicitis, and they let me sit for, what was it, like 11 hours before they even went in to see what was wrong. Like, oh, you're not dying. You can sit out there and wait. And I was like, holy sheep shit.
By then, the whole problem is passed on.
I had Otto bring me some Tylenols. I took a couple with me because I figured I'll be there for a little while, but I didn't think I was going to be there. All in all, it was like 18 hours or something crazy.
Man. Speaking of that, I just got a letter in the mail I was supposed to open in December. They're talking about they found an unexpected find under my ribs, under my lungs.
Oh, shit.
My right lung. I gotta go get a CAT scan. That's what they told me.
Oh man.
I hope it's nothing. It hurts sometimes. I thought it was my
Right.
kidney. Maybe I'm not. That'll be all right. I should be all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for anything.
If you got the time, just look up some diets that helps that particular part of the body. It
That's-
could be like, it doesn't have to be healthy foods. Just whatever food that vitamin
Bro,
needs.
if I have to order a fucking African root from the dragon's nest in Malaysia, I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Trisha
No
said,
matter what I
damn,
need."
who's that sexy mouth in the red?
Hey.
So yeah, if I have to order some exotic root from like Madagascar, from Narnia, I'm gonna do it.
From Antarctica.
Dude, they
Let me grab my
have
coffee
cures to
real quick.
cancer. It's out there. It's just not sellable because it's illegal.
Yeah.
If you go find, like, it's there. Everything is there. It's just a matter of finding. That's what I hate about the medical system. It's like they'll give you all these drugs mixed with these different chemicals when really reality is this isn't food you can buy. You can grow. You just don't know how to like properly put it into placement so you get the right amount. That's what
Yeah.
it's all about.
Yeah.
Pills really like focus on that amount or even dosages of anything, you know? It's all a dose.
I was watching that thing about the vegetables, how it can cure anything.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that. I want to grow
After you
something.
said that about licking a seed and then planting it, I
looked
saw
it-
that video.
Yeah, you saw it, right? So
I
you probably
saw
saw the
that.
same what I saw. But look, a lot of people say it doesn't work, that it's like a myth.
Weird, I
but
can hear the echo out of the studio room.
some hippie people, they swear on it.
Oops, that was me. My bad.
That's a hot coffee.
Dude, it's possible. When I was little, I used to have this theory that like if DNA contaminated with something, it would think more like you. This is gonna be gross, but like when I spit, the dog would want to eat it, and it's like you gotta tell the dog no. And if he gets to it, it's like before you can do it. That was my thought when I was little. I was like, oh, he'll be smarter now, cause
I heard something about proton. I don't know if it's like atoms or neutrons or protons or electrons or whatever. The dogs and cats are grounded, so that we have all this negative energy that comes out or whatever. And when we pet a cat or a dog, it takes that energy, and they go out in the grass and they return it back and get more. So they kind of charge you up, supposedly. Animals
Man,
charge
that's
you
an
up.
I know
Interesting
why
theory.
you're supposed to go out in the grass yourself in your bare feet to ground yourself.
ground
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, maybe it's all about the barefoot experience, cause dogs and they don't have shoes.
right.
That's a good point too, because yeah, I feel that. Like speaking from experience, when
My
you
dog makes me
want
feel
to
bad.
touch the grass,
You can do the same thing if you're by a tree. Certain trees, I've done that, and you like walking in the woods and you lean on a tree and put your hand on it. You can feel certain ones more than other ones that are actually, I guess, what you would call grounding yourself. I've felt that once you become aware.
it's energy based and it's a transfer, and you have to be open in the mindset to be there. But once you are, it's easy.
Have
Tap
to be
into it.
open.
You have to be open.
Damn, I was gonna say something. I should have wrote that. I was sitting there like I should write that down. My thought.
Well, I
Because I'm gonna forget while we're moving along.
I need some lessons on you on wardrobe, apparently. Then, if that's light.
This is nothing. This is raggedy. I'm wearing. This is my raggedy clothes.
You can't see it, but he's got the shoes to match too, man. I mean,
That's the only reason why I threw the red on. I was gonna wear an Orlando Magic hat, but I was like, damn, I got no blue sneakers.
I try to do. I don't have enough shoes to match all my outfits. So.
That's what I was gonna say. You guys got Prime, Amazon Prime on TV?
No.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
Oh. Only reason I got it, apparently I've had it for a while and didn't realize it. If you pay for it when you buy shit from Amazon, you automatically have it.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
So if
I
you
heard
got
Amazon Music too when you do Prime.
probably, I don't know. I didn't realize this. Then I go on my Roku channel and go to Amazon Prime. Bam, I got it. So if you've paid for Amazon Prime shipping, you have Amazon Prime on TV. If you got a Roku or whatever.
I'll have to take a look.
My point is, I watched this badass documentary yesterday. It was called, Is it Genesis or whatever? And it's all these geologists talking about basically how they say the Grand Canyon was formed over millions of years, and they're like, that's bullshit. And they was showing how the sediments is, and like basically it happened in a matter of days or hours, basically like the flood.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool, badass, and they was just showing like how everything coincides, and like they showed this other place where a volcano had erupted and ripped down through and basically made a mini Grand Canyon, and it happened in a matter of hours. And they were saying that there is no missing link to the fossils, because all the fossils, you know, supposedly however many years ago that happened, there's a fossil of a shark. We still have sharks. There's a fossil of these. There's no evolution as far as like, you know, we went from a monkey to a person or whatever, because there's monkeys still, and you know what I mean? And like all this in the sediment shows that like all of a sudden there was just creatures. There wasn't no like evolution. Evolution takes place as in there was 2 dogs that got off Noah's Ark. The ones in the hot areas lost their hair. The ones that migrated to the cold areas grew more hair, and yada yada.
Yeah.
That's evolution.
Yeah.
It ain't like, you know, we were from some freaking microorganism, or that's all bullshit. It's badass how they can actually show you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, wow.
That would be
It all
wild.
coincides with the whole deal. It's pretty cool.
Have you been watching the videos I've been sending you
Yeah,
about the flat
I
Earth?
watched all of them.
Are you a believer yet?
Nope.
Because
Because none of them.
The curvature has been disproved
It
with a
hasn't,
fucking
though.
telescope.
Did you
The
send
ship
him
doesn't disappear.
the
It
job
does
openings
disappear.
for the Atlantic military? Dude, he sent me job openings.
I sent him to him.
For the military drillings that they're doing in Antarctica. You can literally sign up
I
for
would
it.
love to do that.
You have to
can.
sign a disclosure that says you're not there for vacation.
My
You're not
buddy-
allowed to tape anything.
My buddy
It's-
says that like even a janitor gets paid $50 an hour down there.
Oh, yeah.
But most people don't want to do it because it's so fucking hostile.
I don't care how cold it is.
You're
I
literally
fucking love
you're
the
trapped
cold.
with them, and then it's all confidential
How many
from
months?
there what
How many
happens.
months?
But
How many months?
it's open to everybody.
How many months?
Year, 2-year contract. I
What?
don't
What?
know.
it was.
A 2-year contract?
Dude, you got to think. You're out on the ice. They drop you off. They're
I-
not coming back for a while.
No, they do it like when the weather's not hostile to where they can fly in and out.
Oh yeah, like the
I
seasonal
would
thing.
love
probably,
that job.
Yeah.
What do you
It's
gotta
like
do to be
6
qualified?
months or 8 months or something
What
at
do you gotta do
least.
to qualify?
I don't think I sent you the link.
Literally nothing according to what I was reading. Like you just be in it, but you will become military once you sign into it.
There's
because it's a
other
military position.
things too. That was just one of them.
That would be cool.
Mhm.
I would so do that.
I thought it was cool too. I was like, if I had
I give up.
everything, you know, nothing to lose, absolutely, I'd do it. If that was my last rope, oh yeah, just to go see.
You know how much money you'll save out there, and you don't gotta pay rent out there. You can stack up for like 6 to 8 months.
Before I went to work on a pipeline, they offered me an ice chopping gig, and they were talking that was like $400 a day. Like that was gonna be good money.
I've always wanted to be on like the craziest catch, like you know that shit where the fucking big
big
ships.
tunas and shit.
Yeah,
That'd be
man.
wild. Fucking 3 hours to catch one fish and
Nah,
shit.
nah,
But
I'm
that's
talking about
Yeah.
with the nets and shit.
oh,
The big nets and everything.
Oh, them dudes.
I lived
yeah,
in Maine
nah,
once. I
good.
lived in Maine once, and I was trying so hard to get a job out there doing that. I was like 23.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be on the ship full time for that, wouldn't you?
A couple months.
It's a
3,
Yeah,
4
season.
months.
Yeah, it's a season just like everything else.
That's terrible. Oh, I've heard. Like I knew a guy who was in the military and whatever division he was in. But we were detailing cars at the time, and he told me all about it. It's like, dude, that would suck to be stuck out on sea like that. I don't know. Not for me.
Deadliest
I couldn't
catch.
handle it. We was
Okay.
talking about that in between the tip of South America and Antarctica, that pass that's got a certain name, and that's the absolute roughest sea there is. And my dude in the military said that you actually get a badge when you sail through that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in the
You
military.
did it.
He didn't do it. He said,
Well, if you think about it, that's
he's done
kinda
some crazy shit. There's like 80-foot waves. Like you see these big cargo ships,
Yeah.
waves splashing over top. You know how high where they steer them was way up in them towers?
Yeah.
Waves smacking off the windows of them things, like just completely covering the deck, man, of all those cargo.
That sounds awesome. I don't
Dude,
know why.
man, that would
it
scare
just
the
sounds
shit
awesome.
out of me.
Fuck
No
yeah.
way, dude.
Fuck yeah, I would so do that. I would do that.
You just have to be okay
Ain't no
with dying. Just like,
I'm
just in
good.
your mind, like, yeah, it could
Bro,
happen.
just knowing that I'll be
Woo!
seeing something.
He said that it was like an aircraft carrier on normal seas, like sways like 4 degrees or something like that, and in there it was something like 25 degrees. Like shit's fucking, you're holding on.
Man,
I was like,
Man,
no,
that's crazy.
bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But it sounds interesting. It sounds exciting. I would do it.
Turbulence was
Cool.
enough for me on a plane. I'm good. The ocean, I mean, I could swim, but I
Yeah,
know
I
I'm
don't
going
know,
to
man.
freeze.
I
Like,
don't like that ocean stuff.
there's all
that shit is
kinds of-
scary. Yo, imagine being on Deadliest Catch and getting tossed off the boat.
Oh,
Yo, and the waves are
That-
like
it's-
50,
you're
50
over,
foot,
dude. It's
100
a
foot
wrap.
waves. God, that would be fucked. How do you even get fined?
most you wouldn't.
how do you get fined?
You probably wouldn't.
Nah, even if you had like a yellow life jacket.
Because even if you did, by the time where they're at, that water's usually cold as hell.
Yup.
You're
And
dead
you're
in
already
minutes.
floating away. You're in the next wave.
Yep.
Some of them icicles they just drive through. Whoops! There goes a pair of legs. Like,
No,
you
it's
just turn
just
into
cold
ice
enough to
cube.
where it's freezing cold to where you'd last minutes. You know what I mean? You'd be in there probably 10 minutes and you're done if they don't find you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that
I'm still
cold.
mad. I'm still mad that they didn't. What's her name? I'm still mad that Rose didn't save Jack on Titanic. I'm still pissed about this. She's
There was clearly room on that
for
door.
real for both of them. For both of them.
I was watching a thing on Tesla, and they were saying that one of his investors was one of the dudes that was on the Titanic.
Speaking of that, I don't know if I sent it to you, but I posted something the other day about all the Titanic people.
Right.
Everybody who was on the Titanic was major bankers
I seen
Right.
that.
and the richest people in the world.
Yep.
And right after Titanic sank, they did this one world banking thing that they got right now. You know, all the big bankers right now were the people that were not on the Titanic, and they set it all up supposedly, allegedly.
That was the like Fort Knox, the what they call that, the federal. Oh shit!
Federal Reserve.
Right, the federal. That's when they set up the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The bankers have always been involved with everything that.
And now
has
they're
that-
saying that place, that Fort Knox probably doesn't have the gold to back up
yeah.
like all the money that
It's all
they've
in
been
the Grand
printing.
Canyon. It's all in the Grand
Yeah.
Canyon. Did you read that? Did you check that out?
Yeah, I've seen that plenty of times.
That shit
all
makes
stuff.
sense.
But you know, the thing of it is gold has DNA. They can trace it, like African gold or Egyptian gold. They can trace it right from where it was dug from,
Uh-huh.
which blows my mind. Like you can't, like if you stole some gold from somewhere, a big amount, and you try to cash it in, even if you melt it down, they know where it comes from if they analyze it, and that's your ass. If it's, because obviously if you got a big amount, you know what I mean,
It's
you're gonna
probably-
melt down traces.
certain materials in it from
But
the
they
surroundings.
can trace it right back to the ground it was dug from, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, that's like a crime scene.
Mhm.
You get the materials that's been left, like then you don't even see it, but even the plastic on shoes leaves material
And
from
most of
everywhere.
the
that they've
gold in
been.
the world has come from Africa, even though, Alaska and they've been, tearing some shit up
Yeah.
there and
I
everywhere
wouldn't mind
else.
doing one of those jobs too. It seems really
That would-
meticulous. Like,
Oh,
going through
that's
the
some
water.
hard work there, but
Yeah.
boy.
You know, I wanted to be a paleontologist, dig for dinosaur bones, but can you imagine how boring that would be? And is that even a
Oh,
real
hell
job?
nah, hell yeah, it is. But
Is
you
it?
you get paid. Who pays you? Is it like the Smithsonian?
Grants or whatever, you get them. They get
that's
people
so-
donate that like not grant. Well, I guess they're
When I
grants.
was a kid, I wanted to do that.
But they say that gasoline and this fuels, combustibles run on fossil fuels, right? So is that the reason we don't have no recently discovered dinosaur
No.
bones?
I
Because
think the
they're always
aliens-
out
That's
there.
all bullshit.
The people on the
We've
other
got-
side of the planet are giving us the gas.
We're,
Pay for it.
We're just
we've got
finally-
enough oil, even of our own reserves, without having to go the other over there. A never-ending supply. It's not dinosaurs that makes oil.
You want it?
Know the drugs.
Well, are they constantly finding dinosaurs though? Is like my question. Are they constantly just unearthing the same ones? Because they're always digging. Or are they
lying
like?
No,
about,
they're
lying
different
about
ones.
the T-Rex. They said the T-Rex is actually like a fucking dragon pterodactyl or some shit like that.
That could be
The-
possible.
Because the small arms and shit makes no sense if it wasn't webbed. You know.
Look at chickens in the DNA. I mean,
They say chickens.
But
are,
that's what
turkeys
I'm
are
saying is there wasn't no evolution, no birds from dinosaurs. Either it was a
Turkeys.
bird or it was a dinosaur. It didn't
Turkeys
evolve.
are actually dinosaurs.
No,
Turkey-
no.
No, Google it.
That's
Google it. It is. I swear.
well,
to
they
God.
had tiny
well,
dinosaurs.
they say we
at
came
the
from
same
monkeys.
time.
Do you believe that?
Nah.
Okay,
I think we were
turkeys are not
genetically
dinosaurs.
modified.
Turkeys are a bird.
No, turkeys are one of the last dinosaurs left, bro. Seriously, and it's classified as a dinosaur. I'm gonna look it up for you right here. I'm serious. I know this shit. When I know something, I know this for real.
What's the difference between like evolution and
They're
evolution?
related to velociraptors. They're right under the evolution thing.
Well,
but
they
I
had
don't
the
buy into
tiny-
evolution, so I'm not buying into that.
I don't buy that shit either.
In the
Well,
movies,
yeah, you do because
anyway.
you're telling me that a turkey comes from a dinosaur.
No,
It
I'm
doesn't.
saying
a turkey
I
comes
don't
from
buy
a
into the
turkey.
human evolution.
They said that the little dinosaurs resemble the same ones that walk around as predators with feathers. Now, that's why they said that, and even in the movie, they said the dinosaurs had feathers, like Blue, and the ones Velociraptors, they had feathers. They looked like chickens. It's because even those ones resembled that family. They were
Yo, if
predators.
there was a fucking dinosaur in front of me, I'm killing it.
But the only evolution,
But it
evolution of
says-
what it was is what they ate.
People also ask, are turkeys related to dinosaurs? AI overview. Yes, turkeys are dinosaurs. That an AI overview ain't shit.
All right, hold on. Let me find some Wikipedia shit for you. Look, bro. I mean, you
I
can
don't
just-
stand
That's what
on-
I'm
you can
saying.
just
You-
keep-
you-
you can keep looking.
I don't stand
I
on
don't have
either
to
side.
keep looking because
Everything
I
says
already
is
know
that-
evolution didn't happen. You're either a monkey, you're a chicken, or you're a pig, or of its kind.
But then
Nothing
you got-
evolved
but
out
then
of
you got
nothing
boars.
else.
Then you got boars, and they're kind of like pigs. And then you got
But
chickens
because
and
that's
turkeys.
of its
You
kind.
got pigeons and
A
But
bird,
then-
because
you got
evolution.
elephants and mammals.
This is evolution.
elephants and mammals.
Two birds that came from wherever, and as they migrated into different areas, evolution take place so they can habitat where they're at. That's the only evolution that happens
I
to
think we
animals
came from,
or
like,
us.
little germs and shit like
We
that.
did not.
I feel like everything evolved out
If
there.
that was
you
the
look at
case,
the water,
if
so
that
much
was the
water.
case, then in this sedimentary shit that they're finding all these fossils in, there would be evidence of that. There is no evidence of any of that. There's evidence of just bam, everything existing. Minuscule little creatures, one's in the water, one's on the earth, and then us.
That would mix into the whole theory of simulation because it was never
The
a
Sims.
certain thing before. It just existed. It's there.
Because their whole point, that whole thing, which is what they're proving in this thing that I watched last night, is in Genesis or whatever it's called, about that flood.
Click. You're
You,
there.
you can look. They're showing you the actual levels and showing you the shit that people dug up. You know, all these fossils and all this other shit. There's no evidence of any fossils of evolution.
Well, they
Zero.
symbolize this type of stuff in movies
You know
all
why?
the time.
Because you know how fossils happen? It ain't because dinosaur went and fucking died somewhere and laid there, and all of a sudden now he's a rock. His bones are rocks. Yeah, smashed into the mud instantly. Right now, everything happened. Boom! Everything that's a fossil died in an instant. It was covered in mud
And preserved. Yeah.
Some fossils of dinosaurs, they still have food in their. They found them with food and shit, and other ones fighting each other and all this shit. You know what I mean?
I really wouldn't do that Antarctica shit.
Huh?
Well, when the flood
You guys
happened,
really wouldn't do that Antarctica shit. All the shit y'all be talking about is so interesting. In. You wouldn't want to go to Antarctica?
I would go there.
think about the flood.
I wouldn't want to work there or stay there. I would
wouldn't wanna stay
definitely,
there.
if I had the
3
money,
months,
I'd go there during the 24-hour sun thing and check that out.
I would like to do like 3 months. I think I can handle 3 months.
But I don't like the cold, so
Yeah, that's where I would have a
I
big
absolutely
issue too.
hate the cold. My bones hurt. Nah, I'm good. Otherwise,
Work is
yeah, I
probably
would.
light. Work is probably really light out there too.
It's
Temperature-sensitive areas would be tough. And
You think about it, you gotta put a sensor.
Depends
like a
on
mile
what you're
away.
doing, I'm guessing.
well, check
Not
it.
all of it. If,
Yo,
you're,
we
if,
have,
you,
like,
if you're a mechanic,
four-wheelers.
you're bumming.
The highest,
Four-wheelers and
Out there.
jet skis, or not jet skis, but snowmobiles
Yeah.
and shit.
the highest
That would
paid
be
job
cool.
in the world is a pipeline underwater welder, and they get paid, I think, $200 an hour or something crazy like that.
Probably more than that.
It's the pressure. It's all atmospheric, and like tough situations like that, I couldn't put myself in. However, I have, not intentionally, like when it was blizzarding out and I had to direct traffic for a cable company that was working on the road. It was a straight blizzard, and I was out there just a snowman with my sign, like I was doing it, you know.
Dennis, I think,
But-
did that in the Navy, that underwater welding shit.
It's so dangerous.
I was homeless in the winter in Pennsylvania. And that shit was
Ooh,
cold.
you got that right. If you can do that, well then yeah, you
I'm
can definitely do
saying,
some
yo,
Antarctica shit.
Bro, it was crazy.
Shit.
I could tell you stories, crazy stories, man. I was like 17 years old, man. I don't know how I survived it, you know? I just kept walking.
Because you was young, and you know what? At the end of the day, you don't have no choice. You know what I mean?
Super trooper,
It's human nature, dude.
when you don't have a choice, it's
you just make it happen
Shout
somehow.
out to the homeless people, man. Y'all
Yeah.
are fighters for real.
The real ones, not these cats out there faking and sitting on the corner talking about, oh, I need a beer and all this bullshit getting changed. He's talking about the real homeless folks.
You
I
know,
don't even
most
remember
real.
how I ate. I would go days. I didn't steal nothing or nothing. I stole once when I was a kid and I got caught. And I never stole again. But when I was homeless, I should have stole. But I didn't steal.
I've given dollars and change to some of them people, and I've had my friends be like, I wouldn't give them motherfuckers.
I didn't
was
get a
like, you know
dollar
what,
from
bro?
nobody.
I said, you don't know what's going on with them, man. You really don't.
Yeah.
Who knows? You're not walking in their shoes, man. Just because they're out there and it looks like they don't need it or whatever, you never know, man. And hey, a good gesture is a good gesture. Whatever, man. Just like I had my buddy today, I seen on Facebook, he had to go to the doctor's office to get a prescription, and he said he was sitting there waiting, and this lady come down, and he said she had her head down and was like, oh, started talking to her, what's up, and she said her son was upstairs fighting for his life and shit, and he was like, oh, he said it hit him so hard, and then she started explaining to him, he actually, he's like, I got 2 boys, and he was like tearing and shit and hugged her and all this stuff, and he's like, as I was walking out, some old lady was walking in with her head down, and he was like, good day, ma'am, and she looked up and was like, well, it's not such a good day, and blah, 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 and he's like, damn, gave her a hug, and she was just like all surprised, but basically made 2 people's day.
Wow.
Showing them some love, you know what I mean? And then he was like, how did he put that? Something about if
That's
God's
special.
love is just a smidgen of that, then
Yeah.
just imagine. He didn't say it in no words, but that's what he meant. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up.
Your actions and words can make and break a person's day.
Actually,
you never
damn it.
know what they're going through.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
You have to now,
I've
'cause-
struggled with
'cause
holding
now-
this positive mindset on a daily basis when running out in public recently. I really have. I've been going live on my channel and I can't say the F word, but every other letter was that. And I was like, son of a this is
Shit.
driving in traffic and just complaining about life, honestly, because like I don't know. It's very hard to to walk between the mindset of trying to stay positive and be a positive entity for somebody else at the same time.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people don't have that. When you do, it's very special. It's very special to be able to give that back, to make and break someone's day.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Especially
wild.
when you're not having a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the times that's how it is. Somebody's little tiny fire relights your fire and it burns brighter and it keeps burning up. And a lot of times.
Well, here's a Kamehameha, followed by a Kaioken times 10. Kamehameha, you know what I'm saying? Kamehameha. You got some fire right there. Take that fire and keep it pushing, man.
Right.
Spirit bomb.
For real.
Dropping them all.
I love Dragon Ball Z, man.
Hey. I haven't followed all the new stuff, but I was
such
with
a
the
big
old
fan.
stuff.
I watch all of it. I see
All
all
right.
of it.
So he's like, sitting here at the doctor's office, I hate waiting. Who else thinks that's a racket? How they make you come through a whole visit for a prescription refills. I think we should be able to skip this. Want to give me a heart pills, please. Where the hell did that go? That wasn't. I thought there was more to the story. Huh. Oh, it was this when he goes, I do Uber Eats on the side at times. The other day I had a delivery at Children's Hospital. The lady met me at reception, routinely asked her how she was doing, and she replied, I'm just here. I asked if she was having a hard time. She said, my son is 14 and he is fighting for his life upstairs. He said, it hit me so hard I literally fell apart. She wasn't crying at all, but your boy was. I wanted to pray with her, but I couldn't speak. I did manage to look at her and say, I have two sons, pointing to my best dad t-shirt with their names on it. And I hugged her and dropped tears on her shirt. He said, what a load for her to bear. On the way out of the hospital, I saw an elderly woman with a name tag and said, did you get it? It said, caregiver. And she was looking at the ground, and I told her to cheer up, and she looked up at me with the saddest eyes and said, so much on my mind. And I said, Mama, I can give her a big hug too. She looked at me like I was the first person she's seen in years. Damn. When the Lord makes his presence felt, I would imagine it to be something like this, and I feel like he may be calling me to join up with him and help these people. Here we go. Here we go. Birmingham Jones. Anyway.
You know, when you do music, you know, what you're trying to do is instill knowledge in people's brain, whether it be emotion or with the words, you know, like...
You didn't fight that out, did you? It comes real easy.
Certain songs have lyrics that provoke emotion of other
wasn't paying
stories
Yes, you're right.
that you don't even tell. And as a music creator, one that's passionate, one that's real, one thing you always step back and look at is like, how is my words affecting this person's life? Because this is how it's affecting mine. But this is a different person. They're walking a completely different set of footsteps. You know, so whatever you're saying is conveyed entirely different in their brain from even if you
Everything's
spit it
perception.
word for word. Yeah. And so it's wild. You kind of look at it as like, well, maybe that's a reason for doing my music is to teach whatever I've learned.
That's the only reason why I do music. I try to just tell. I feel like nobody listens to me, so I just tell my whole soul and my shit, man. I just want to help other people out.
You don't have to force that whatsoever. It comes right out.
We've all struggled with that. I wanted to say that, but he was talking. I didn't want to interrupt. Listen, I had a heck of a time with that. Did you know
Get
he
it back
made
to
these?
0. No,
These
I
are
didn't make them. Z made those.
Z made these. I'm sorry. These are sick. This one's a little star.
You know, I've never played Zelda.
You never played Zelda?
Oh, wow. You
I played it for Game
put them
Boy.
on wrong. That's
I've been
why.
living under a rock for the past 35 years. That's where I've been, Gash.
I haven't played Zelda in
Oh, yeah.
a long
you
time.
forced that on and it's wrong. Nah, I can't. How the hell you would?
You just gotta remember how to get it apart. It's gonna happen.
No, it's
You're not the master.
there. No, it was like.
Oh, it's
weirded
linked
out.
up
Yeah.
there, yeah. Mind
Oh, you're
puzzles.
cool. No. I know you did that.
Oh, I'm just holding on. I'm sorry.
Okay. The more you know. The more you know. Let's see if we do it the other way. Can't do it the other way. Yep.
Gary says you never know someone's story.
Yeah, sure don't.
I mastered the Matrix.
Yeah.
You gotta feel like you're
Damn
Neo every day. That's what I do. Listen, I seriously, I'm not really a positive person. I don't know how it looks on the outside, but yo, for real though, I be waking up and I'm just like, I be forgetting. Like every day I wake up, I'm like, damn, I rap, I engineer, I produce, I'm fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fat, but I'm cool. You know?
I'm a cool fat motherfucker
I'm
over
cool,
here.
man, for real.
13-year-old me would have looked at me now and been like, wow, I want to be just like that.
Man, 13-year-old me never thought that 35-year-old me would be smoking.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be rapping like this. Like, seriously, I'm better than what I ever thought I'd be. Pretty happy with myself.
That's what's up.
I know I could be better, though.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean-
Nobody's heard the album. I got so much versatility in my shit, man. Like, stories.
It don't matter how good you think you are, you can always be better.
Awesome.
You know
Always,
what I
always.
mean?
Yeah.
Problem with being an artist of any kind is sometimes you have to, actually every time you have to upgrade to keep getting better and better and better
Yeah.
to top yourself, and sometimes it's costly. Like you can't do it yourself. I mean, even if you're the best artist in the world and you throw the best show in the world, it costs billions and billions of dollars or whatever. Next one's got to be better. It's got to cost $1 billion more.
I was just talking about this the other day. A lot of people on the outside of the industry, they think it's one way. And when you get in and you actually get your foot in, like, I'm seeing so much fake shit. Like,
It's
all
all
this shit,
it's all
see
smoke and mirrors.
People are beefing on the internet, just doing shit for attention. They really don't make their money off music, and that's the sad thing. We're chasing this dream.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, now I'm seeing shit and seeing people in, like, the industry and how verses get sent out and how collaborations happen. It's really like, it's the same shit as we do, except for they got money. But they invest in real estate, they invest in oil wells, they invest in
Dirt.
stocks and crypto and shit like
People
that.
stand behind a story, even when it comes to media. They stand behind the story. Oh, that's what we're doing. That's facts. That's what that dude did. I'm going to support everything he did.
But people think that they make a lot of money off music. Nowadays, people really don't.
Yeah,
Unless you're
it'd
very,
be-
very popular.
It would be great to see somebody's revenue chart from like themselves instead of something that somebody else reposted. Like just Spotify streams, not show income
I'm waiting for my
sales or
numbers right
anything
now.
else. You know, just one from like one of these top artists. Like just to see, because that's your only monthly income. If you're not getting anything else, if you're not doing any other shows,
Yeah, it takes
that's it.
Yeah, it takes like millions and millions just to get anything. Streams.
Well,
They inflated the numbers.
Usually,
on the
the
stream. I don't think it's
story
fair.
is when you buy into a record, that's exactly what you do. You buy in, and then all that time, you're paying it back. Once you're paid out of it, for some reason, they buy in again, and they go deeper and deeper and deeper because it's a bigger loan. It's like, okay, here's $10,000 you can spend and do whatever you want. Just remember, you have to pay that back to me.
Yeah, it's a loan. All that money's always a loan.
Yep. Yeah. And that's why they say
Them
the devil's
fancy
in
cars
music.
and those airplanes and those houses. Oh yeah, you got to pay that money back. You got to sell records
Yep.
for sure. That's what everybody else don't realize.
You know, I've stood back and looked at it from like a business mindset. I talk about like what the music can provide. What else could the music do without the idea of what the music contains? Just the music. The idea that the music's there. Now you can use this to anchor and ledge things and move things. You could use it for commercials. You could use it for video games. You could use it for
Licensing.
You can use it for anything if you got the right music. If it's
Shit,
powerful
if you got the
enough.
right, if if you got the right plugs.
But it's a matter of finding where to go
It's the
to
truth.
find a buyer. Where is he?
Yeah,
It's not on the marketplace.
But even if you
Yeah.
got the right plugs, you could get your music in there. But
Listen.
that don't necessarily mean it's gonna stay, so to say, or
Yeah.
whatever. But if you got a powerful song that's everlasting, it doesn't matter if you had the plug or not. You know what I'm
If the
saying?
right
It gets
person
there.
hears it. If
You
the
know
right
what I mean?
person hears it.
You move a lot of people, it goes onto playlists, and it gets cycled through many times. Yeah.
But yeah, licensing. There's a company called Amuse. They also publish music, and you can get your shit in video games. They did Grand Theft Auto. They did the Blitz. They did a couple of video games. You can check the website if you want to license your shit up.
I mean, I'll look into it. Tokens in a lot of things that branch out into video game music. There's a lot of money
Did you see
in
that Bart Simpson video? The Token video where he was yellow like Bart
Oh, Duck Hunter. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that one.
Simpson. He
I
always
like
got
that
some
one.
shit. I wanna
If you
hear
haven't
more.
heard that one yet, I think I've showed you Token.
I think him and Hobson need to do an album together, man.
Hobson's
That'd be
insane.
so dope. That'd be dope.
I love Hobson. Hobson's probably like
Shout out to Hobson.
top 2 on my chart of like all time. Just I can't put him at first or second. I don't know which one. It's just he's just floating up there for real.
Talking about Bushmaster.
No, Hobson.
Ain't that his last name?
That Hobson. Yeah.
Oh.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Wow. The irony in that.
I was like-
Wordplay.
Shout out to Bushmaster.
Shout out to
Bushmaster.
Bushmaster.
That's what I
No.
thought you was talking about. Shit, I don't know.
Illmind of Hobson. What's his name? Marcus. Marcus.
Gotcha.
It's Hobson.
Marcus Hobson? Is that? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Gary, I might need a couple of those muscle relaxers you was talking about. I done tweaked my back today on top of my sore back from the other day, man. That shit is hurting. son.
Bring 7.
Just be careful. Don't take
Bring
expired
25.
ones.
Bring
Don't
the
take
whole thing.
expired ones.
Ah.
Not long after you
It ain't
had
gonna kill
your
you.
issues, my buddy who also does YouTube, he had serious issues. He ended up going to the ER, and it's because he took expired muscle relaxers.
What?
Huh.
Yep.
What'd it do to him?
It did the opposite of what it was supposed to do. It froze him up. He couldn't move his back. He couldn't get off the couch. He was like stiff. They had to give him real muscle relaxers, and it's steroids too. And then he was fine. He was moving around. But that's exactly what happened. I was like, dude, we narrowed it down.
I took them some pain pills that were like a year old.
It's possible.
It didn't affect me bad. Maybe yeah, but it's possible. Yeah, I think it happened.
I mean, you never know. It could be one batch to another.
I
It's
can
just
get
like
with you
fruit.
tomorrow. G.
Just like fruit.
Fruit, yeah.
He's already halfway through a whiskey bottle.
A whiskey bottle.
I got this vape, but it is out of juice and it is terrible.
Just. Why don't you just quit that shit? That shit's worse
Yo,
than
listen,
cigarettes.
I just saw a picture of somebody who was vaping for 3 years and their lungs were gray.
Ugh.
You really gotta check that out. I'm gonna show you that.
You see Snoop Dogg's Last Dance with
Yeah,
Mary
I
Jane?
did.
Snoop Dogg made a video showing that the doctor had said his lungs are toast and he's got to quit smoking weed. And they showed the whole thing of it, and it felt like he is announcing some news. He's
Yeah,
like,
and
hey,
at the
listen,
end, he's like,
fuck it, I'm going out the way I want. If I'm gonna go out, I'm going out with her. Yup.
yeah, he samples Tom Petty.
That video is crazy. The song, I don't even know how it sounds because there's so many sound effects in that video. it's like an Eminem video. Just yeah,
Yeah, because
I
it's
want
all
Jordan Lucas as a
CGI.
video guy.
dude, yeah.
Jordan Lucas probably got the best videos out right now.
You don't know who Joyner Lucas is?
I don't watch nothing. Except for-
he's from Massachusetts. He's pretty
The
dope.
only thing I got time to watch is all the shit this guy sends me.
You really do watch it?
I do watch it.
I'm hoping you're not wasting your time not
He
watching
talks
it.
about
That's great. That makes
he
me feel
talks
better.
I'm
about
telling you,
it.
I
Yo,
watch
listen,
him.
it's some real shit. Like it makes you think. Like
No. Because most of it is somebody's
sending him
opinion
video-
based or it's
Look,
fucking
I'm
CGI.
sending him videos of people using telescopes and seeing the ships that disappear over the Quote
We're not
horizon
even
over
in the
the
second
curvature.
half.
I'm just glad he sees it. The shit that he believes in. Not round.
Speaking of Bushmaster,
How do you explain eclipses and how can they tell you where they're going to be and all that if it wasn't?
How can you see the same stars over and over again in the same spot at the same time if we're swirling around a sun ball and we're spinning while we're swirling around? That would make no sense. There's no way we'd see the same stars.
Because everybody thinks we're spinning at this massive speed to where it's incomprehensible, but we're so big that massive speed ain't really all that fast.
The world is flat. I'm sorry. The world is flat.
there is a conspiracy I recently saw, and it never happened until you introduced this idea of gravity and pulling, not closer. Yeah, because I was like backwards whenever I had said that thought. I said the Earth was moving further away from the sun. It's moving closer. That there's an asteroid coming that's going to lock in with our gravity if it hits this certain point, and it'll eventually collide into Earth. That's supposed to happen. It's going to pass by and then lock in with orbit.
Wasn't that supposed to happen like last year?
It's always supposed to happen. But that's the first time I ever seen that
there's always
science
that potential,
explained.
but
Damage?
it would.
Is it big enough to do damage?
I was going to say.
Yeah, it's enough to end the Earth, I guess. That's what they say. Yeah.
Is it that one in Revolutions called Wormwood?
I don't know.
Our firmament is too strong.
They said that in space there's
Well,
this
then how
giant
are they
thing,
coming in now? Then, if that was the case,
They're not.
and they're showing a circle
It's all probably
like this big.
Bro, I can send you the link. We're showing you these guys are digging them up.
Maybe. They're coming from the firmament. I don't know.
Or the asteroids.
I don't believe in
Meteors,
space.
asteroids are ice balls. Meteors
I
are
don't believe in
rocks.
space.
Tell them what you said to me about the asteroid belt, though. Kansas,
What
isn't
about
it?
it? Oh no, yeah, Kansas is the most spot in the United States. This certain spot that gets hit the most by meteors.
Why?
There's
I don't know, but
Bushmaster. We was
If
just
we're
talking
spinning,
about you, bro.
you know, like if we're in that to me was interesting. I just wanted to point that out. I was like,
I
that.
mean,
don't I don't know how to explain
there's a
the
bunch of
asteroids.
places that get
That's
hit, but in the United States, it just happened to be that particular Kansas was it.
I just
that's gonna
wonder
be our
why.
new-
That's
our
wild.
reset. Our reset is going to be an asteroid.
Very well could be.
They all say, it is. The depictions show it flowing into the ocean, and then the ocean flooding, creating everything. Back with the theory
That'd
of
be crazy.
Pangea, splitting everything instantly. Bushmaster say,
And that was the other thing. If the Earth was flat and water leveled out, everything below sea level would be underwater.
That's why everything gets fucked up. But if it was round, it would just absorb the shock.
What do you mean? I'm talking about water itself. I'm not talking about an asteroid. I'm talking about as we are right now. If the world was flat and water levels out like they all say it does, then anything below sea level would be in water.
Nah, because of elevation.
everything has to be in a dome. No matter what, it has to be in a dome. When you drop
The
water,
dome, I agree with the
by
dome.
physics alone, when you drop a droplet of water and it hits the table, the way it lands is a dome. And there is a little atmosphere to that. No matter what, there is a
There's
curvature.
no atmosphere.
No matter
it's
what.
just gravity.
Well, that's if the theory
There's no
is that there's
atmosphere
nothing
in a
below.
drop of water.
If there is any kind of truth to it being flat, there would have to be a bottom of some kind. And what I would think, based on science, is it's a mountain, upside down mountain that tips to a core.
Yeah.
And if it looks like an ice cream cone. That's what the whole theory of what that would be. But then you have to cancel
Then
the
what's
theory of
everything
space.
else then around? What's the other stars?
You
and
have
all
to
that other
cancel
stuff?
the
Stars
theory
are
of
just
space.
shining lights underneath the
No,
water.
that's where it goes wrong.
The other domes,
you
the
have to
other,
break
the
other
other
theories.
Planets, the other planets that they're talking about are on the same planet as us. We're just in the middle.
You
right?
have to break other theories.
Look at the Tartarian map, right? After the ice wall, there's supposed to be other planets, Mars and shit like that. That's all outside of the ice wall, supposedly, allegedly.
Okay. But in order to make it make sense, you have to
Fragments
break
of light
other
make perfect
theories.
sense under the firmament idea and the flat Earth shit. It makes
What?
perfect
You
sense.
do know the firmament means water and land, right?
Yeah, but
It's used two different ways in the Bible.
You do know that we tried to blow a chunk through there with nukes and we didn't get nothing.
No, I do know we've been to the moon and back because we put
Yeah, moon is under the
reflectors on it.
firmament.
And also,
How can you see the moon so good, but you can't see planets so good?
But you can't
because the
see
moon
planets.
is underneath.
Have you ever looked through a
'cause the moon,
telescope?
yes, the moon is underneath the firmament. So is the sun. It makes sense. It just makes sense. It don't take a rocket scientist to know that.
I think the only theory that can make
It
sense.
does.
Interesting, right?
Rocket
Check it out.
scientists will tell you that that's the opposite.
Rocket science will tell you we can't go back to the moon, but it's been so long since
We
we've been to
have
the moon.
we have been back to the moon. The
Look it
Chinese
up.
has been to the moon.
We
The
can't-
Russians
we
has been to the moon.
They said that we lost the technology to go back to the moon right now.
That's what they said.
Last time we tried to go there, we sent a rocket to orbit the black side of the moon.
But that
It
there again,
disappeared.
see, you have to break other theories to make it make sense. The only way it could truly make sense if space was a void that God designed to be the black hole. It's black hole up there, and underneath us, it's also black
But
hole.
what about if it's not black? Maybe it's just...
Once you get to that point,
So
you,
what's
you
holding
dissipate and
us
die.
in wherever? What would you call where we're at?
We're
No,
in
I'm
the-
talking about outside of the firmament.
The reason they can't
Oh, so
explain
we're like
space,
in the middle of everything.
And
We're
they
in
The
wanna
middle of
explain it.
what?
of this big ant farm experiment by the greater beings or God or, you know. I mean, I believe in God, but I'm just saying, like, there's people that, you know, they genetically modified us. There's a whole ant farm. Every time we fuck up,
Everything
Let it-
that you see in
Oh,
space
let's throw a
cannot
rock at
be
it.
controlled by a human. That is the
Not a
only
human.
God.
There's nothing controlled by a human.
Right. That
But,
is
but humans themselves, we control nothing.
as like the idea
Far
of
as that goes.
a firmament or a wall or anything being there for it to be a hologram. They're trying, but they don't have
they
it.
have this shit called NASA is like Blue
They
Beam.
have CERN.
The Blue Beam
They
Project.
can control weather. They
the
can
Blue Beam
control,
Project, they can project anything. They can make our savior come back and we'll all think is real.
They can
Seriously.
make like look like
Holograms, everything.
stars. They obviously
Holograms.
UFOs. They have the invisible. But the thing is that Earth existed before all that, and so did space. That was there supposedly,
If
according to
space
the
is
history.
real, if space is real,
If space
it would make
is
sense
real.
to affirm it, but then it wouldn't be.
But the reason you can't explain it, think about it.
I
The
think
bo-
it's water.
But you
Why is the
can't
sky blue?
explain it.
Why is the sky
That's
blue?
the thing.
Why is the sky
You
blue?
can explain all this shit with modern science.
That's
Sixth
the
grade
thing.
science will explain every goddamn thing
Exactly,
you guys are trying to
sixth grade
say.
science.
That's the thing. Everybody wants to explain it.
Mathematics. You can't fucking. How you gonna lie about mathematics? You gonna tell me 2 + 2 don't equal 4?
You have to break other theories to make it make
You don't have to
sense.
break no theories, dude.
No.
Math.
No, I'm just talking about making flat Earth. You have to break other theories to make it
You
make
don't have
sense.
to
much
break
more
theories.
sense. It just makes so much more
There's
sense.
no theories to break. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you do the goddamn math,
It's
it only
concrete
comes out
evidence.
one fucking way.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's
There
what
is
you're
no
saying.
other
It's
way.
concrete evidence. I understand that.
Math is math.
What I'm
period,
saying
dude.
is, I didn't lay it myself, and I don't know. So I'm open to the possibility of anything. But
I'm not.
That's
I've
the
watched
only way it could make sense to me.
thousands upon thousands of fucking movies and documentaries and fucking bullshit.
Just think about it. Okay, we can't
You-
control the
I don't
You are
have to
wise.
think about it.
Let's
I can
tax
write
them.
it down
Let's
on
tax
paper.
them.
It's you can observe this shit.
Let's
You can
tax 'em.
observe it with
Let
your
me-
own
let me
two
ask you a
eyes.
question. Let me ask you a
They've
question.
been observing this
Let me ask
shit
you a
since
question.
fucking Galileo
All right.
invented a
Hey,
telescope.
let me ask you a question. You pay taxes when you get paid, right?
No. I sure as fuck
If you
don't.
got a job, you get taxes taken out of your check. And then you go out and you pay more taxes when you buy things in the store, right?
Yep.
Well, if you're paying taxes out of your check, what is it? Why do you have to pay taxes on stuff?
Because our government wants to spend,
Where does
spend,
the taxes
spend,
go?
spend,
To the
spend,
companies?
spend,
Or
spend,
maybe we're
spend.
paying the companies taxes for their
The
business.
companies pay their own taxes to the
If
government.
you think about it, we pay because we buy the things, and that's.
But
what the
they
taxes-
pay too. Have
Let me
you ever
tell
owned
you
a
what-
business?
So check this out.
Oh, you want
Why
to
are
talk
we
money
paying taxes?
laundering?
Why are we paying taxes?
I know dirt on that.
Ain't that a slave?
Yeah,
Paying
absolutely.
money for nothing.
Absolutely.
I mean, I see where some of the money goes. You know, like lights, street lights, street signs, fix the roads. You know what I mean? I get that. Public schools, I get that. But there's a lot of money.
Well, you know where it went? Ukraine. That's where all our money goes. That's where your taxes is going, is to dumb shit like that. What was it? 400 million for condoms in some weird ass country.
Can you tell me, since you're on that subject, what was going on with Canada? They were saying that we wanted Canada to be a state, and they said they was going to shut off our electric or something like that.
Nah, sit down, bro.
What was that about,
ain't
though?
hear-
I don't know what
It's
that
some
was.
I-
internet bullshit.
I haven't
Dumb
followed
shit. They
what's
ain't doing
going
nothing.
on.
Canada ain't doing shit.
Well, I heard of something with
all.
Greenland. Is it Greenland? I think it's Greenland that we was gonna take over Greenland.
We didn't take over Greenland. Trump wanted to buy it, and they was having a big fit about it. And they ended up voting, and it was 83% of the state voted yeah. They wanted us to become part of us because we want their resources.
Mineral rights.
So we got Greenland? Are we?
We don't have it right now, but they're all for it.
We're going to Greenland.
What did
Yep.
I want to see the Tiki Man.
what did the Pope dying mean for our country? Because I haven't followed the news after that.
Supposedly
After
we
that
got-
happened, I was like, we're going to
got
war.
No,
one more
I
pope
don't mean
until
die.
that. It just means they're gonna put another dude in there and talk the same shit they've been talking
One
for the
more
last
pope.
400
One
years.
more pope until the world is over.
Well, now there's a barrier open for USA apparently because all these memes are going around about how he kissed all these children and said that's why there's no pedophilia or whatever. And all this is opening up after that. So I was like, well, I don't know. We're not allowed to slander them.
Speaking of that, I was just talking to my barber today about the fires in California. Don't you think it's very ironic after this whole the human trafficking shit, all the shit that's going on? Don't you think that, and they're actually finding people writing in the ash, human trafficking,
Oh, there's no
right next to the shipyard.
No doubt.
So listen. After the Diddy shit,
They
and
said
after all the crazy
his
shit,
house was right across from the shipping yard there in New
They
York.
burned all the evidence, man. They burned all the evidence.
Mhm.
And people get away with all that crazy shit.
I mean, yeah, that's
Yep.
plausible easily.
Hollywood is evil.
They always try
Evil.
to do that, and then they'll create fake evidence
Evil,
for you to
Joe.
follow a breadcrumb trail to nothing. That's what I was talking about with 9/11. I was like, there was no plane remnants, but they shipped away plane remnants. It was a whole thing. Like, I know personally. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the towers themselves. I think planes hit them, but I definitely believe that they was.
Yeah, they
We were
They
talking about
was
the
down.
autopilot and all that. But
I don't believe for a minute that the Pentagon was hit by a plane, because if you watch that security footage from the parking lot,
Yeah, it looked like it was
ain't
blown up.
that was a rocket, bro. That wasn't no
Yeah.
plane. That thing was getting it.
And
Not
it-
only was it getting it, but at that speed, what they say is you can't even bring a plane
The
down.
crazy thing is that they was allowed to do that. Like, we got so many regulations and laws,
Exactly.
and safety measures.
our airspace is measured by radar. You can detect a vibration as soon as it enters the atmosphere. Why we don't track UFOs that well? We have to wait for a human to see it and report it
No, they
to
track
find
'em.
it. Sometimes, you know what I mean? They wait for a
They
human to
got
be
it.
around to have some kind of activity happen.
Oh,
It's just
that's
like
a
a
bird.
tree
Dude,
falling
they
in
know
wood.
that NORAD. As soon as something enters our
And
airspace,
there's-
just like as soon as it hits, boom, they're
There's all
on it. No
money
matter
in
where
that.
it is in the world, dude. We got
There's money constantly funded from
that
that.
NORAD is some shit.
Well, we
gets
wasn't
paid.
fast enough on 9/11. We wasn't fast enough for that.
Well, that's why it was an inside job. It wasn't that we was fast enough. It was an inside job, and that's how they do
I
that.
don't believe none of that shit.
It's all within the money, man. And I was going to tell you, I have
Because-
proof of a real life laundering from the government currently here in Canton. It's
If you watch, go ahead.
my buddy's going through a case right now, and it's over like $12,000, and they've taken $7,000 from him that he just now caught and turned it into the courts. And they're like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. You have to go to a hearing to get it fixed. This is his third hearing on this. My dad has done this before. And he told me, he said, look, they will create a problem that is a financial burden that will only get fixed if you go to court and get it fixed. Do whatever they want you to do. You work for your money back because they're going to take it. And that's exactly how they do it. They do it to tons of people, and tons of people don't even know it.
People think they're hackers and
Then
stuff.
you have to go in for this hearing and fight for it. A lot of people won't even do that. You're standing up to the courts. Like, who's going to do that?
I seen videos where these people was on phones and heard other recordings where they was showing these firemen and all this shit when all that was going down, and they was talking about take building 9 down or whatever, which was that other. There was like 2 other buildings that went, and number 9 was one of them, and they leveled out the 2 main ones and these 2 other ones.
Oh, wow. Cut on like a voice call to tell them.
Yeah, they was like, yeah.
Wow.
Because somebody intercepted the radio transmissions that they was having with whoever else it was,
if I see those videos again, those slowed down videos, they show the bombs going off right before
Yep.
the plane
Each
actually
one.
hits the building.
You can see them.
Yeah, and that's demolition. That's
Because and then they've said that, you know, how many different planes has hit the buildings, and jet fuel don't burn that hot to melt metal like that, and all that other stupid shit.
the structural integrity of the whole entire building combusted, and all 4 pillars, it hit one side. There's so many things. There's not many people blind to it, but I wonder who is that's creating the problem, because they said, listen, to not know the truth and not stand up for it is the problem. Well, who's not? If we all know it, is it everyone? Just no one's up there knocking, hey, we got a problem. What's going on? They have songs about this at this point. You're like, just don't
Actually,
talk about it, be about it, and it goes way back. I mean,
Tariff. Speaking of that, what is a tariff?
around that time,
that's
taxes on the.
well, it's not taxes. It's what all these other countries has been dicking us on, and why Trump did what he did. Like, China's been cracking our skulls for us to ship our shit to there and sell it. They charge us X amount of, like, a tax. And theirs is, like, ridiculous. And we've been letting them get by with nothing. All these countries. And they all been fucking us for years. And that's what Trump's like, nah, dude, we're over that. We're going to start tariffing. We're going to even out the odds and bring that shit back to where we're not getting our assholes torn out, and we're going to equal it out. And then you get everybody's, which it does, it's going to suck for a minute. Because just like my brother said, he tried to order some Temu shit the other day, and it's like, tariff, it was another $18 on it, you know what I mean? But once that all levels back out, and then all that jobs come back to these trying to get that all took off,
That'll balance
wages
a lot
will
of
go
numbers.
up, we'll get a lot of jobs back, and we'll be
Yeah.
able to handle it. But it's going to be rough at first, because it is going to suck. We're all used to buying that cheap Chinese shit.
Other countries retaliate.
Now you're gonna have
AliExpress
to
is
buy-
still cheap.
Huh?
AliExpress is still cheap.
Right.
We'll
All
have to
them.
fight for it, but like it's a backbone type of thing. These other countries are just bending over and taking. I mean, our country for a while with the policies that they had, he's trying to stand up to that. Like, no, wait a minute, you know, and that's good.
It's same with Canada, you know what I mean? They've been doing the same thing.
But you are going to get retaliation, and it depends on how you
Well,
deal with that
what are they
retaliation.
going to do?
I don't know.
Canada.
I don't want to
needs
find out.
Canada
They ain't
needs
gonna
to
do
just-
nothing.
Canada just needs to give us a big hug.
Exactly.
You never know. They could
I
be
wanna meet
trying.
some
We don't even know it.
Canadians. I heard Canadians are very nice.
They are, actually.
Yeah.
Shorty's out there.
I watch a couple of YouTubers that are Canadian.
And
that
when
are
you
amazing.
say this, the Canadians and the British and the this and the that, we're talking about the governments, not the people, because we know damn well we're nice people, but our government's turds. So, just like everybody else's.
They say the
I just
only,
want to clarify that.
we are nice people, but and actually people from Michigan are very nice too.
Right.
Very, very nice, right? I've always had good encounters with people from Michigan. But they say the only time Canada has crimes is when people swim over from Michigan. They say that they don't lock the
That's
doors in Canada.
hilarious.
That they don't lock the front door or the back door in Canada. The only time when there's crime is when people from America get over there.
I can believe that.
I can believe it.
Wow. I don't know.
They still haven't cleaned the water out there in Flint. That's some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you can buy a house in Detroit for like $200. Straight up. You can buy a whole block for like a couple hundred.
I got in a big argument with somebody one day about that water thing. It's like, you're stupid.
You know what I think they're gonna do? They're gonna build casinos where all those cheap houses are right now. Give it like 5 years.
You're
I
probably
think I want to
right.
buy a whole block right now and have them pay me a bunch of money. Seriously.
Yep, bulldoze it all over and
I mean,
start
most
all
of-
over.
Most of them are already burned down. And
Yeah.
shit.
They'll just clean it up, pave it.
Just got to be careful. My dad did investments like that. They worked out for him, but the last one he had, it was 30th Street. It was right up here on 62. They're demolishing all the houses down that road to build that divider. They were having hearing after hearing about what they wanted to do with it. That house was part of that. And then at the
I knew
last
somebody
minute,
that lived right on them and they got that
I lived there. And at the last minute, it was pulled.
eminent domain shit. They was like, here, this is what your house is worth, now get the F out.
$100,000 they were going to offer me for my ran down $10,000 maybe more house.
Right.
And I was like, yo, okay, you know, like I don't know how it's going to split out because I had other stuff to handle, and the house got pulled off. Literally Everybody up till the neighbor's house got demolished except for the neighbor's house
see
and
the
my house,
time.
and we had a joined driveway.
We should be working on our hour. What's it like back there, Mr. Producer? We on our hour? I know I gotta pay. I can't hear him.
You see the time?
Okay.
Time.
All right. Well, look. Let me grab my sign.
Everybody go make popcorn. Go make more popcorn. Get your smoke break. Go pee.
Popcorn.
You know, beat one off. Do whatever you gotta do.
Easy there, buddy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We don't want you doing that. Wait till after the show, then go do whatever
Maybe
you
wait
gotta
until
do.
after the show. I know KP's here. It's hard.
Loaded. Oh,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We should be having a
you guys don't never listen to
in our
this.
future presentation.
What?
Listen.
Remind you all there are snacks and light refreshments at the front bar, hookers and cocaine in the back room. I know where
About to go to the owl camp.
Second half of our program will begin momentarily, a little darker, slightly more sinister. Good times for all. Thank you and good night.
All right, everybody. We'll be back. There we are. Going on. We got nobody left. Got,
Pucker my lips. Just to pucker my lips.
Texas.
Got the coffee. Get the coffee.
The coffee. I just showed Will my song, Coffee. Do you remember that song?
I don't.
I made a whole rap song because I was bored called Coffee.
You have a million rap songs.
I know, but
Your
this
collection rivals mine, my
Oh,
friend.
mine's stuff.
This-
That's why you're a master Jedi.
Bullshit.
This one is insane because I love coffee. So I went insane. I was like, I did a fast part. I'll have to show you if I haven't showed you. I made it because I was bored. I was like, yo, I'm just bored. So I made a whole song about coffee. And it's all about how I'm mad before I get my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee definitely
I
makes
need
everything
mines,
better.
too. Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. Anyway, what was we just talking about?
I've had no problem speaking it out loud. Maybe with certain people
No.
I know. But like I've taken on, I put it in my songs. You think I haven't
I'm not
approached
talking about coffee. I'm talking about right before we...
We was talking about
things
the
you
mirror,
shouldn't talk about?
Oh,
the reality of the mirror.
Oh,
I saw
yeah,
this
the mirror thing.
I saw
Yeah.
this thing from a few people online, and one of them took a towel, put it in front of them in the mirror. They looked at the mirror, then they put the towel up, and
in
then the
front
other
of
person,
them? Like
yeah,
in front of them.
In front of
Not
them.
the
There's-
mirror, but in front of them.
in front of the mirror, right? Against the mirror, right? So then somebody filmed from the side, and you can still see the reflection on the mirror, even though the towel should have blocked them. Supposedly, it's reality, the Matrix, whatever, still drawing and rendering you because of the perception of the person being on the side of the mirror.
You can
We have to
see,
try that. We
You
have to
can
try
see a reflection in a rock. A mirror
But
is
if
a
you're
material.
covering-
So wait,
Where it's
let me
supposed
get
to
this
see you.
straight. So if you got a mirror,
Yes.
you're saying they're putting a towel halfway over it or halfway over it, or what are you saying?
Like
all right, so
under
look,
it.
look. This is the towel, right?
Okay.
This is the mirror, right? But the mirror goes from. So this is the mirror right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take a towel, and they'll put it in front of them like this. And if somebody films on this side, you could still see the reflection of them, even though you shouldn't.
If they're
because-
standing over here.
No,
Yeah.
they're standing right here.
Or there.
Behind the towel.
Oh, right,
front
right
of the
up
towel.
against the towel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you shouldn't be able to see
that.
the reflection because
I
this is
agree.
blocking that reflection.
I agree. I haven't
So,
seen that.
I wanna try it. I wanna try it.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's scary.
I didn't hear nothing about that yet. That's interesting.
That's what the ones I see. You put a towel up over the bottom and you set a cup or your hand there or something, and then it can still see your hand through the barrier. And it makes sense because it's a physical object that is a reflection of the physical object that's there through your eyes. Your eyes are what bounce your visualization. It's not there. In reality, this is not there.
There's also an experiment that if you move whatever's behind the curtain or the card, that your hand will still be there. Like if you have a mirror like this
Mm-hmm.
and you put a card in front of it, and then you can do something to move your hand, and the mirror will still show your hand back there.
They say you can trap
Now
time.
I've watched that
dimensions.
on Casper's site. Him and he even reacts to slapped ham. And there's been a few videos where they did some weird shit where like some chick was looking in the mirror and then she turned to walk away and the reflection didn't move and shit and like weird things like that I've seen.
Yeah,
Or
I don't
the
know. That might
reflection
be,
did move when they was standing there.
it
or
could
whatever.
be a little illusion trick
Well,
that they're doing. with,
mirrors
you
are
know,
very
the-
powerful. We use them in
For sure.
telescopes. And when we have the biggest telescope and we're looking out, we're actually looking back in time at light that's already faded
Yeah.
away.
Yep. They say if you travel the speed of light for 10 minutes in space and come back at the speed of light, that the Earth might not have even been here.
But that's
Because
also
it'll fast forward time so many millions of years.
That's also little tiny mirrors all working together in a fashion. If you look at the big like temples that they used to have, even in movies they demonstrate if you move the mirror and you shine the light and it shines, it does things. It is a powerful element to look into time, into dimensions. But I don't know about all that. That is a physical object that is raised.
Here's what I say about that.
Yeah.
Time is only relevant where you're present.
Yeah. I mean, wherever
Perception.
you go, like it's the universe unfolds around you. It waves. there's no telling what's going to be there. It could have pulled off ashore somewhere way
Speaking
down.
on time,
even if you
doesn't-
revisit the same moment.
Doesn't it feel like time is going quicker the older you get?
It does.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I don't know
Most
how.
certainly does.
April
That's what
just-
the old elders used to tell me. And shit, I'm getting older. It's flying, boy.
I feel like I'm an autopilot, man. I don't know how.
Live for the moments. That's what life's all about. It's the moments that happen, and you never know when it's going to happen. That's the crazy part. It's wild. But it's true. You're just waiting because as a kid, it's very exciting. So all the time, it doesn't feel like it's fast forwarding. They say time flies when you're having fun. But honestly, you're learning. So, and that is the exciting part that's keeping you aware and alert. Once you hit this certain point, you're no longer learning anything unless you're traveling, researching, finding a hobby. And when you do that, you find yourself creating these moments,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Have you guys heard about the new South Park movie?
Mm-mm.
Jonah Hill.
No.
This
Nah.
is gonna be funny.
Oh,
I don't know if
man.
it's real, but I saw a picture, a poster of it, and it looked.
All
funny.
actual real people doing a movie.
Yeah.
Jonah
South
Hill
Park.
as freaking Cartman.
Cartman.
Oh,
Yo,
my
that should
God.
be hilarious. Yeah.
That might be funny. I don't know. That's going to be a hard one to pull
They
off.
need to do a
I
live,
gotta
a
say
live
that.
Simpsons would be dope too.
Yeah. They've been
Simpsons.
pulling for that for a while.
That would be funny.
I don't think that it's done because that's, man.
It'd be
That's
so
It's gonna be hard to
reenact.
please everybody. Yeah.
You do have AI on the
You know?
spectrum now, though. Look, like the Stitch movie. It's an exact reenactment, supposedly. Or Lion King. Lion King was.
Lion
for
King was
sure.
good. The new Lion King was pretty decent.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, you gotta check that out. It's about Mufasa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
I didn't like that movie. It scarred me.
The original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But now that they went back into the story, it makes sense.
I'm gonna cry all over again.
You will, for real. I was emotional. I was like, damn. So
That's
Scar
what-
wasn't even a bad guy.
Long live the king.
Oh man, you might have spoiled a little bit for me right there, but that's all right. I'll go watch it.
No, that was from the old one.
No.
Yeah, that was for the first one. That was from the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, no, not that part.
Oh. I was like, I didn't see the other one. How do I spoil it?
No, it's always the bad guy. Like when you're a little kid, you reference the bad guy as being a bad guy, not the reason he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
As an adult, you try to figure out why is this guy being bad.
I think that I try to figure that out about everybody.
Yeah,
Is that crazy?
it's the motive. And
No,
of course,
seriously, I
it's-
want to know what makes them tick. Like, I'll stick around people that I shouldn't be around, or
Yeah, I think there's a need to explain it. It's just that knowledge. See?
it's like I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know what's their villain story, what's their backstory. You know what I mean? You ever wondered that?
Sometimes.
Things are like, why are you such an asshole? Like, I just want, you know,
That's what I'm saying.
you know
Yeah.
what? I'm just gonna stick around because I'm gonna check you out. I want to see why.
You know, I watched this video. You know who Jesse P. Walters or whatever, that black guy? It's amazing. You know what I'm talking about?
Not offhand.
Anyway, he was saying that because going back, if you had a bad childhood, more than likely it's because your parent had their bad childhood, and so on and so forth. And he said the biggest thing is we don't forgive our fathers because our mothers normally grow up, your father's an asshole and blah 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 blah, and then we kind of have this weird resentment and like we don't forgive our parents. And he goes, once you do, it lifts this thing off, and it was a whole weird thing. I think he was on the Twins pod saying that or something, or the Hodge Twins or something like that. It was pretty wild how he explained that whole deal, how you got to forgive your father to become at peace with yourself, basically.
It's all interpretation of what you've been taught
Right.
by who you've been taught.
Well-
it takes so much to hold a grudge. I'm too forgiving.
Right.
That's my issue. but it takes so much to hold a grudge and be angry and just hold that.
Which, like on my dad's side of the family, they was all, like my dad's brothers and sister, they was all sexually abused and all this shit. My one uncle turned gay and all kind of weird shit happened to these cats, man. And same with my mom, her side, she was messed with and all, and her dad was an abusive asshole, which was my grandpa, which he was fine with me. Shit, I was a
things
spoiled ass little grandchild, but
in their childhood, things that are frowned upon now weren't then too.
my grandpa was like, you know, the Three Stooges, Mo. He was like Mo, but not funny. He was pissed like that. All the, you know, had that I oughta, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny looking back, but he was, you know, he was pissed all the time. Now that I look back and like, oh man, he hated shit, but not me. I always had a great time there. But now that I look back and like, oh man, like shit, he was an angry old fucker. What he was.
At some point, a lot of people had this interpretation that they were working for everybody
And my
and
mom
nobody else
hated
was
him.
working, and so they just was constantly angry. There's a lot of teachings that go down the line of like that. I mean, you could stem issues from a father or a mother.
The same thing with my old man. He took off when I was like 5 years old, and then I didn't get back with him until I was 21, and he was kind of a dick, really.
Dang.
So it was like, I kind of see what they're saying, like, you know what I mean? Because people, I would always, back in the day, be like, yeah, my fucking dad's a dickhead, fuck him, you know, and I'd be like, damn, how, you know, you don't miss your dad, or you don't, well, how can you miss something you ain't never had?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't understand that.
Yeah.
If you ain't never had that, you ain't gonna miss it, which I had a stepdad.
It's a defense mechanism in men. I always said, like, I ain't never gonna use that as an excuse to be a piece of shit.
Right.
That's what I always told myself. I said, I ain't never gonna be like nothing like my family. That was more inspiration and keep me
Right.
pushing. And I always said I get married before I have kids. And I ain't married yet, and I don't have kids.
Lucky you.
I did that, though.
Stood by it.
You know,
A lot of people don't, man.
Our value grows as men when you don't have kids. The
Right.
older you get without kids,
Well, sure.
for real, for real.
Because that's
Stay
the
strong.
sad thing about when you're young having kids, you're not really ready to have them, and you don't know shit, and you're a kid trying to raise kids, and it's a mess.
That's what it is.
And
Kids
you
trying to
know,
raise kids.
and can't nobody tell you how to raise your kids or whatever, because every single kid's different, every single situation's different, and just because it went that way with you does not
Yeah.
mean it's going to go
Yeah.
that way with whoever else or whatever else.
Facts.
It's just, you know, that's something you learn along the way when it comes to children. You gotta, even with animals, like, you know, when you get a dog, you don't train it, it trains you. If you got a good dog, you know, there's just
My dog is
dogs
great.
out there that's just dogs that are stupid, and you feed them and they shit, and that's all they do. But if people that literally have real dogs that are like people, like I'm talking about,
yeah, my dog
where
is-
they train you and you don't train them, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
My dog is smart.
Because
about
your
it,
dog
that's
can
why.
look at you and give you that look, and you know exactly what he wants. You either wants outside, he wants something to drink,
Yep.
something to eat. My dog used to bring the bowl over. Like if she was out of water, she'd bring the bowl over. Be like, "Yo, bro, oh okay," or she'd sit down and look and cock the one eyebrow up like Spock. That used to kill me. That was like I want outside. I was like, "Damn, that's nuts." But yeah, they'll train you if it's a good dog.
The other dogs are
Shall-
not grounded.
My dog comes up to me periodically throughout the day and like gives me a hug. Like she'll get up and
Put
she
her
won't
head
stop.
on you, shit?
Yeah, she
That's
won't
what's
stop.
up.
She won't stop until I give her a hug.
Mm-hmm.
She won't let me walk out the door. No. She getting so smart, man.
Dogs are. Two smartest dogs I had was one was Border Collie, and that dog was smarter, beyond smart than most people. Man, it was crazy how smart that dog was, and not to mention, people would always talk about, I got my pit bull, I got my Rottweiler, and my dog looks like a Labrador, so to say.
Labradors are smart.
Because you know what what did I just say she was? I
Close
just
to a Labrador.
No, what?
Is it a Labrador?
No, my dog. I just
Oh.
said it was a.
Said it was close to a
Man.
Labrador.
Yeah, fuck, I forget what I just said.
Lassie.
No, she was like that doggone Babe, the
Aussie?
sheepdogs.
Like a Aussie?
No, damn, I
Sheepdogs,
blew my mind away. Anyway, they got strong jaws because they guard them sheep and they attack them wolves.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of the name right now.
It totally
sheepdogs?
slipped through my mind. But she was a border collie. Damn.
Border Collie.
She was a blonde border collie on that. You seen that movie, Babe, with the pigs that talk and all the animals and all
Yeah,
that. The
yeah.
dogs on there, them are border collies.
Okay.
It's a border collie.
Yeah. But she
Yeah,
was
those
a
are
blonde.
smart. Those are
She was a
very smart.
blonde border collie, so she looked. It was. They're pretty rare, and then she was super smart. And then after that, I inherited my stepdaughter's dog, which was a duck taller. What the hell is there's a town way north, Nova Scotian duck taller. She had, and they looks like a husky mixed with a retriever or something like that.
I always wanted a wolf.
I had a
Never
husky
had a
when I
wolf
was
before.
younger, and
Real skinny,
I don't know what happened to it. It
Two
just
colored eyes.
disappeared at one point.
different.
Yeah, it had different colored eyes, and it was tied down by the swing set. It was an outdoor dog, but its name was Yukon, and it was actually my sister's dog. One day it disappeared, and I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I wasn't told it ran away. I wasn't told anything, and I don't know if I asked about it because I can't remember. But my sister recently lost her dog, and it was a wolf breed of types, and it was very, very, very sudden. Perfectly fine the day before, and the next day just gone. And apparently that's what happens, and that's what happened to my dog Yukon all the way back then, and I never even known it. It's a thing with those type of breed of dogs that's they something in their jaw or something like start choking. They die because it's the growth. It's instantaneous, I guess.
She was about 19 years. I had to put her to sleep because her hips went out. The border collie,
Wow.
but she what the hell was it? Oh, I was going to say
You
something.
just fucked up the mood, man. Sorry I said that for you. You messed up the mood, man. You
I
just
think
killed my spirit right now.
Hooch
That's the hardest
was,
thing ever to put your dog down.
Oh man,
He was,
it
like
was
7
terrible.
years old. He wasn't that old.
One of the reasons why I got a dog was his dog. When I seen little Toto, I call him Toto. It's just like Toto.
Yeah.
I brought him to the studio. I had to because he was he's got severe social anxiety. With his
Separation
older
anxiety.
age, right now
Oh,
he
that's what I
doesn't.
was gonna
He's not
say.
aware if he's there or if you're there or not. So I can leave home and come back and he's perfectly fine sleeping. Thank goodness, because man, all the time I'm checking like, is he breathing? Yeah, like because he's 17 years old, climbing, and he's a little trooper. He went through his worst episode of whatever had happened within this last year. Just last year he was jumping up on things healthier than I was, and then this year he can't even jump on the bed.
After she got about little over 2 years old, maybe 3, and had a couple litters of pups, I'd have her, like, I didn't have to put her on a chain no more. She'd sit on a porch and wouldn't go nowhere. She'd go out in the yard, do her thing, come back. And she literally went everywhere with me. And I'd be walking somewhere, and she'd walk right beside me, dude. And people would have their dog. Hey, man, get your dog. I said, get your dog. What you talking about? She's right here.
Yeah.
Man, she ain't on no leash. I said, she ain't going nowhere unless I tell her to.
Mine's
Just
a little tiny
keep it
thing.
moving, sir.
I trained mine like that. I don't take her on a leash. She stays in the yard.
Yeah.
But she
used to
ran
be
away
doing-
once. She ran away once. I scared the shit out of her once. Literally. He's biting everything. I'm like, we're not doing that in this house. She ran away and we found her and she never ran away again.
Huh.
That's good. My buddy's dog is getting older. It's a lab, and she recently ran away. Not far, though. The neighbor ended up finding her. And the neighbor was holding her captive. When he come over, he was like, you don't feed her, and blah, 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 blah. And the dog is perfectly healthy. It was just some creep. I was like, at least she's found.
Right.
But, like, that dude is just weird. It was a weird interaction.
You want to keep your dog?
Yeah, apparently something. I don't know. She is skinny, but that's because she's older. She's probably 15 climbing too. He's had her all that time. Yeah, it's wild, man.
Man, I messed up. I didn't realize today was the last day of the month. I didn't get my
Mortgage,
damn
bills.
Yep, I didn't get a bill paid.
This is what grown-ups do. This is what grown-ups hate. Be one. Don't be in a race to grow up, man. I'm telling you.
You're having a really great day.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
Whenever you get that impending feeling that you're having too good of a day, just go ahead and check to see what's upcoming.
Here comes the bills. Here comes the bills.
I noticed. I see you did another one of those sleep streams.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you go back and watch any of that?
No.
Oh,
What,
you
you fell
should have
asleep?
seen what you was doing to yourself.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What do
Did
you mean?
hear that? Did you hear that laughing in the background?
Dude, it almost looked like my YouTube was hacked because my last 3 lives went public for people to see after I uploaded them. Normally they go to private so no one could see it. That was public all that time and it was getting more views. It had over 100 views on it. I know in the morning I was not well. I was like, oh crap, we're recording right now. Like, yo, alright, I gotta wake up. What the hell is going on? I hate that, bro. That makes me self-conscious. Dang. That was all Beanzo's idea. Blame him. He said, do a sleep stream. Shout out Beanzo. Climbing at 60,000 subscribers right now.
Sleep streams are all good and fine till you're in the middle of that dream and doing shit to yourself.
Bro, yeah, that's what. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of little kids on there watching too because of that stupid put a finger down if you're gay.
What the fuck?
Man, I made one that made sense to like adults. It was like put a finger down if you're relevant challenge, blah 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 blah, and then it goes stop scrolling, go follow my music. It literally did 2,000 less than the rest of my videos were doing.
I feel like people just don't have time to take in music. So if you don't give them a choice, people will buy shit. If you do not give them a choice, people will buy shit.
They will.
Well, the
That's
thing
a
is,
fact.
you're trying to I'm personally was trying to cross-reference YouTube to Spotify or Apple Music or
I'm
somewhere
so
where my music.
over all this streaming bullshit, man. Like, it sounds crazy, even though I'm like feel like I'm just starting my whole. I'm
phone's
good.
fixing to die.
Just starting my journey, but really, it's just such bullshit. They inflate our numbers with music. You know, you guys got to get you got to give us 100,000 to a couple million views and streams just for us to see any money.
Yeah.
Be it less than a cent
Sorry.
every time you play a song. Less than a cent.
$1's worth of promotion doesn't equal out $1.
Yeah, right.
But
Just trying to grab my phone to plug it in.
a lot of people are set at that amount where they just automatically dump $100 into that pre-promotion. So they make $1 off of that $100 with fake bots, whatever it takes. Stream farms. Stream farms is real,
Plug the old
and that's
phone
not
in,
bots.
audience.
That's just genius technology. Yeah, if I had the resources, I'd do stream farms.
That's weird. Clear back here. If I take them off my head,
That was.
it's crazy.
Correction. The story of my dog running away.
Wonder why.
She went outside and I yelled at her, right? And there was a wolf dog right in the alleyway, right? And somebody just called me out on bullshit about that story. Anyways, there was a wolf dog, so I'm yelling at my dog. She's just a baby. She's just a puppy. And she's still a puppy, but she's a smart puppy. Anyways, right? So she's running, and I'm like, Luna, get over here. So she gets scared. She's running up to any dog she sees. Like, she's very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
She runs up to this fucking wolf dog, and the wolf dog bites her on the nose, and she goes, scooting. I'm like, no. So she thought she was in trouble. Plus, she got bit by the fucking wolf dog. She ran away.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah. But she never ran away after that. Ever.
Dang.
Oh, real quiet.
I got her back after that. So there you go. I fixed it. You gotta have a second person there on your sleep videos when people comment. They use the crazy sounds to wake you up. Those get a lot, especially from kids. They love it. Okay.
Crazy sound.
Back in the background, the guy.
All right, here you go, kids. Skibbity toilet. Do with it what you will.
Skippity whippity.
That's what's stupid is you could post a video like that with no sound saying that exact same words on a 6-second video, and if the right crowd sees it, you're viral. You're viral to the point where you can now work with that and try to keep it viral, because you don't stay viral.
Did you see that that dude with the old white hair and the fans blowing? His eyes are all big and shit, and his hair is blowing out.
Probably.
That thing went viral on him, and I seen a little clip with him, and he was like, "It just trips me out." He goes, "It got posted, and then overnight he woke up the next day, and it had fucking 40,000 views or something, and then it just was like, just took off."
What was he doing?
He's standing on stage by his microphone stand. He's got this fan, and he looks like, who the hell is that cartoon character? Something off of Rick and Morty or something, dude. He's crazy looking, bro.
Like Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And,
haven't seen that video then. I've seen a couple where they've done the thing where they do the slow motion hair flip and then they kind of come in the camera. That's taken off. I've seen that.
No, I guess this dude's in a band. I forget what the hell it is. They've been around for a while. But he's all gray hair and shit. It's wild looking. His eyeballs are about as big around as his coffee mug, man. He's all like fucking standing there with the mic and the fans blowing on him, and his hair is just all out. Funny as hell looking.
I'm thinking about food right now. What do you guys want to eat? I've been thinking about, I got this Alfredo sauce, and I got some shrimp, and then I got some spicy buffalo chicken that I can chop up, boom, 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 throw in the vegetables with the Alfredo sauce. Man, shit, with the shrimp, that'd be so good.
I'm with you till you hit the shrimp.
A pot pie sounds really good, too.
Yeah.
Really craving a pot pie. What are you guys thinking of?
Oh, man. Shit.
I wasn't thinking of.
Yeah, I wasn't. What I got home, I got some eggs and then some ham and some rice. I'm
You can
planning on
see
whipping that
Kate,
up with some soy sauce.
He eats well.
No. Listen.
He's a
I
nutritional
I
overachiever.
swear to God, me and my housemates struggle on trying to find something to eat. But today we went to the dollar store and I got some vegetables when I had the food stamps, and it didn't even last like a week, man. Nothing lasts like a week. I went to Gordon's for the first time.
You
So
chef it up
expensive.
though, like you make it
I tried
good.
it. See,
Gourmet.
Everybody in my house likes the already made shit. I like to cook, but
I feel that.
But I
Me
don't like
too.
to clean.
Yeah,
All right.
Who does?
I feel like if I gotta cook, y'all clean it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
really,
saying?
Yeah. That's a good trade-off, and you stick to that too. You know,
But sometimes
people can't.
But I don't like to clean. Period. Like not the dishes.
Because a good cook makes a hell of a mess.
I think I'm
Yeah.
a pretty good cook.
Me too.
I cook the panty
make a
droppers.
mess everywhere.
Credo, what?
I cook the panty droppers. That's what I call them, the panty droppers.
Panty droppers.
If I'm cooking it for you, your panties are dropping. Straight up.
I feel that.
It's like the golf carts that go around and pick up people, gas, grass, or ass.
Bring out your dad.
I never put
Bring out
sugar in
your
my
dad.
sauce. I never put sugar in my spaghetti sauce.
Me neither.
I'll put a little milk. You know what I mean? If I have to.
Dude, I was
Of
at
course, I
the
cheat.
Dollar General, and they had syrup in the version of Elf. They had Elf syrup.
The
I
hell?
was like, what?
Syrup in
Elf
the version of Elf?
Elf from Will Ferrell,
Oh,
where he
I
was
was
dumping
lost too. I
syrup
was
on
like,
the
what the hell are
spaghetti.
you
He's
talking
talking
about?
like Keebler Elvis.
That's what I think.
That's a total different
What do you
brand,
mean,
man.
No, from
Some
that
elf
scene.
shit.
How does one taste like an elf? Elf syrup.
It's probably chocolate sauce, because that's what he dumped on the spaghetti. It was the chocolate sauce with sprinkles, all kinds of
Chocolate
stuff. Yeah.
Do you guys
Maybe.
notice that food don't taste the same as when we're young, and it's not just like
Well,
a us
because it
thing?
ain't the same. That's why.
Hell no, bro. I remember
It's all
Life cereals.
nasty.
I eat a lot of Life cereal, but
Uh-huh.
when I was a kid, I used to eat Smacks. That was like the worst cereal. Like nobody ever wanted Smacks.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I didn't like that shit. I like honeycombs. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I can't eat that Cinnamon Toast Crunch now.
Yeah.
It tear your
I never
gums
did
apart.
really like. Yeah, don't it though? Captain Crunch does that to me too, boy.
Yeah. Wait, not cinnamon. Yeah, Captain Crunch. That's what I meant, Captain Crunch.
I'm Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles, the way they crunch, they're still
I
alright.
can't do that Fruity Pebbles, man.
I
They
li-
get too soggy too quick.
They
You
get
gotta
soggy.
eat them
They get so
quick,
bad.
boy.
They got
yeah.
that crunch.
You gotta eat them quick.
You gotta eat it real quick.
Shredded wheat is good.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Crush the shredded wheat.
I try to stay away from
Yeah.
shredded wheat. Shredded wheat and
I
Smacks
choose.
remind me of my broke times. The brokest time. I mean, we used to put our milk in New York, we used to put our milk on the stoop outside. Like, open the window, just.
Uh-huh.
That's how broke we were. It was bad. We used to put water in the cereal. But Smacks and Cheerios and Corn Flakes, the ones that are not sweet. And the other one that you mentioned, what was the other cereal?
Cocoa Pebbles?
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles?
It reminds me of the fucked up days. Those were the days, though, man. Yo, they had this thing out. Remember Legos? Legos came out, but they had a thing called Erectaset. It was like a metal thing with wheels and stuff.
I had that
was
when
like
I was
the
a kid.
coolest. Like,
I had to eat puff wheat and puff rice when I was back in our poor days. Didn't even have the sugar on that shit. Them shits was nasty, man.
you know, my whole life, my whole childhood, I was scared to eat grits.
Yeah.
And I was scared to eat oatmeal.
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I really like oatmeal.
Yeah.
I like oatmeal. I don't like grits. I haven't had a good savory option for it. But oatmeal I like.
Bless you. Bless you, you sicko.
Bless you.
Yeah, it's always a third one.
I had a plethora of options growing up for cereal. I ain't even gonna lie. I grew up like pretty decent, so the food was there. It was bountiful. My dad was a truck driver, you know.
That's awesome.
He was always on the road. He wasn't there, but the money was, you know. So, and that's exactly how everything else unfurled. You know, Dad wasn't there. Mom said he was a piece of shit because he was out cheating. He was probably working and cheating. you know,
Driving trucks.
And it's just a record
Getting
pass.
in there lot lizards.
Come over here, girl. You're looking mighty fine.
Come on over here, yeah.
That was something I was
What's
saying
your
earlier.
name?
Stuff like that was not frowned
My
upon.
nuts is getting tight, girl. Come here.
If you're the man, you're dominant in the household, and there was nothing to be fought about it. You know.
Speaking of the truck drivers, I was actually gonna go for my CDL, man. This rap shit don't hit off soon. I just want to get it. Some good money, really good money. If you're on food stamps, you could get them to pay for your CDL out there. Anybody's on food stamps, you can get that.
Some places will just do it anyway.
Seth said plethora, not plura.
Plethora.
Plethora.
Go get you one of them
large
jobs. You can go. I
Full
think
of bountiful.
Plain Local Schools is hiring for bus drivers. They'll train you. Get you that CDL and then chong.
I've heard of the word plethora and bountiful, so fuck your vocabulary because that's just uneducated. It's uncivilized to not know those words.
What?
I knew exactly what you were talking about.
What?
Somebody texted me privately and said, "What the fuck vocabulary? What's plethora and bountiful? I never heard of those words."
What?
That's come on now.
Okay.
Is this somebody you're talking about the same as your ex? Is it the one that's on stream right now?
Have you been living under a rock for the last forever?
Come on, you gotta do better.
They just like to hate on. They
Living
just like
on
You
a
gotta
rock.
do better.
That's fine. We can say 1 + 1 is 2, but is it really? If it's using chemicals, we can argue about everything.
You guys want to hear something crazy? This is the most. I almost flipped backwards when she told me this. So a girl, we're not gonna say her name, but she thinks that if she flashes her high beams at the red light, that it'll turn the light green. No,
Wow.
please, let's please go into this theory.
I bet she stops at a roundabout too when there's no traffic.
Isn't that the most amazingly inaccurate, so far from the truth? I've never heard that in my life, and I'm like, somebody told you to do that, and she swears on it. I've been in the car where she's flashed the red light.
They
She's
saw
like,
it.
look, it's turning green. I'm like, I swear to God. Yo, I swear to God, I want to make her.
Now, I
her
can see
aluminum
it by
hat.
coincidence. Do you know that word out there, kids? Coincidence? I could see that happen. Whoa, there's a bunch of shit going on in there.
I could remake that video. Put my video on a tripod or a way that it stays still for a little bit. Sit at a red light. Fast forward the footage after I bleep, and then it'll turn green and be like, "Oh, do this." Share it around, and then.
So guys, if you guys
Yo,
ever,
that's wild.
please, I know it doesn't work, but if anybody, If anybody thinks that flashing your high
Hey.
beams at a red light makes it green,
I have to look over there for the chat now because my phone's getting charged. I can't keep up.
Pressure sensors
You ain't got your chat on?
work. What?
You ain't got your chat on?
pressure
No,
sensors.
I don't have it on. Yeah,
Exactly.
pressure sensors work whenever you drive over it. If it's late at night, use that to your advantage because you can make it change by creeping up on it.
She was saying something about having somebody else in there when you do your sleep things to make sounds and shit. I can't hardly see it over there.
Okay, let me get in here and see what you're talking about. I can't see from this far.
Me neither. So I'm saying, I'm like, looking off.
I'm unking over here.
You know, I'm getting cursed out right here in my inbox because she
I
really
know.
thinks it works. She goes, "We're going on 62 when you get home tonight, so I can show you it works."
Bruh.
Only on 62, right? It's pressure sensors.
Make
Pressure
sure you-
sensors
Yeah,
on the
for
road.
Film it and share it, or it didn't happen.
No, it'll just be a coincidence.
If it happens in a coincidence, it'd be a great video either way.
I have a bunch of people thinking that.
Second
You having all
verse.
these people flashing their brights at
Bro,
you all
that's
the time.
almost as crazy. That's crazier than the flat Earth theory.
Almost.
That's
On my-
crazy as you believe in you live on a ball.
On my sleep stream, I
Damn
have
crazy,
the
isn't it?
whiteboard marked, and a certain amount of likes does actions, and I think it was like 10 likes, I ate spicy food in the morning for breakfast, 50 likes, I take a cold shower,
Oh, that'd be great.
and 100
50
likes
likes.
was like a ice bucket challenge or
all
something.
around the world,
And
people think the Earth is flat.
I did that. I got 500 views on that live stream. It's 7 likes. That's it. It didn't even make it to 10.
I'm a flat earther. 10 likes.
Hey,
10 likes and I'll say I'm a flat earther.
You can be what you want. I am open to the
I ain't mad at you.
possibilities of what it could be.
She says she has
Right,
a
I've
video
not
of
seen
3 of them. That is pure coincidence.
Viral on TikTok already. Whoops.
right? You should be having them on a damn
Yeah, exactly.
That's a conspiracy if I've ever heard one.
For real.
Conspiracy for changing the red lights.
Now I do know that there's something about like them ambulances, the way they got that flashing white light, that it does change. There's something they got that'll make
No,
it
they
change.
got a button. They got a remote, yeah.
I thought it was automatic as they're coming.
I think it's a GPS sensor. I think they have hardware installed
Yeah,
in
they
their
got a remote.
vehicle that allows the
There's
network.
no such thing as GPS on a flat Earth.
So
Yeah,
no.
there is.
Explain it.
Graphical.
Bro, we have everything is
Physical
wired
science.
anyways.
What
What are
does
you
GPS
talking about?
stand
We have.
for?
Do you know we have underground tunnels of wires going from America to other continents? Did you know that?
What? I was trying to think of.
We
what
have
GPS
underwater
stands for.
cables that go all the way to Hawaii.
Oh yeah. Well, they said that we have tunnels too from everywhere underneath.
I would
everywhere.
love to know when that was built because I missed that in history class.
There's proof of that all
You
over
tell me
where the
that.
tunnels are, though, because they use that in military experience on this land. That's why there's a whole city under Maslin right now.
I heard Tesla
Yes,
got Elon Musk got a tunnel and shit.
He's the one that's got the patent on the machines that builds the tunnels.
They do their tunnels so deep that you, because they can find the other tunnels. Obviously, they want it so
that
public
machine
view
that
cannot
digs them
see
is
it.
as big as my house, man. And it's
Yeah, through like
massive.
the
Just
core,
actually
like,
like 2-3 times the size of
you
my
probably
house.
have to have outfits to protect you from the pressure and the heat alone to
No,
go
they
through
ain't
those
that deep.
tunnels. I don't know. If you're going underneath the ocean,
Can't go underneath the ocean. Oh, we haven't even been to the bottom of
that's
the
what
ocean.
they say. That's what I'm saying. That's what if
Well,
their
that's
theory
because
is
of the
right for
water
all those.
pressure. That don't have nothing to do with the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean like even
It only
if
makes
you're
sense in a flat
closer
Earth.
to the core, you have temperature.
Yeah, but
Flat
they're
Earth.
not going that deep.
Flat
You
Earth.
couldn't.
Well, it's just
Not
You can't go to
digging.
Sheol. You can't go to King Kong Land. It's there.
you can't go by yourself or hire an entire company to drill deep enough to know for yourself, because
Well, they
for
have.
some reason the climate destroys you.
Imagine
Whether
that,
it be
guys.
pressure or it's too much dirt or it's not a big enough hole.
Imagine going to King Kong Land.
King Kong.
Yeah.
King Kong Land.
And just finding a whole new
I
continent.
do that every time I take a shower. I go to King Kong.
I want to watch that movie when I get home tonight. You know, I was watching
The original one?
Nah, the new one.
New ones?
Yeah, I want to check.
I don't even think I've seen any of those.
Godzilla.
I haven't seen the original.
The original was pretty cool for back in the day.
It
was pretty scary when you was a kid because they tied old girl up and made this noise and made him come in and he snatched her up and shit.
Dude, the new one is legit.
Hey,
Jack Black.
Oh, they're so great.
That one.
Nah.
Not the one with Jack Black. That one was phenomenal.
They brought
dude.
King
That was
Kong back
phenomenal.
underground where his habitat is, and then he has to fight some type of monster or something. Godzilla comes to mess everything up. Oh yeah, he has to fight another group of gorillas or whatever.
You're
and they're
talking about
big.
Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, but the new one. So Godzilla has to
I'm
go
talking about
down
the
there
movie
with
King Kong.
Kong, and he has to help him defend his habitat. Because they found out where they can teleport to the real world and
Nice.
come out of the ocean. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope.
That'd be wild. On the actual movie King Kong, they found Kong on the island. It was just a remote island, and
Right.
they didn't know it existed, and it had dinosaurs even because they know humans were
I
there.
bet we do have that somewhere.
That's what the
They say
theory
in the Amazon
of
they say-
that is.
in Africa too. They say there's like deep forest that we barely anybody's ever seen.
You
And
know
there's
that
like headhunters and dinosaurs. And shit.
the Amazon was a self-made jungle.
Really?
a self-made jungle. Like,
well, not
a human-made
I
jungle?
said that wrong. Yes, a man-made jungle.
Okay.
I don't know why I said self-made.
Shit, I mean, even the jungles in Africa could be.
What
man-made.
happened was when that dude, I forget some explorer went down what the hell is that river down there in South America, the big one?
Amazon?
The Amazon, duh. As he's going down through there was all these cities, with these tribes people, and these cats went down there and ended up trading and shit with them, gave them smallpox and all this shit, and basically wiped them out. And this dude was documenting all these places they stopped all the way down through there and come back to England, or maybe it was Spain or whatever, and then was like, oh, there's all these cities and shit. And by the time they come back, like 20 years later, it was all growed up. And that's why there's all these nut trees and all that shit, because they had planted all that shit, and at one time they was keeping, you know what I mean? They was like
the primitive people
planted
planted
they wasn't so primitive, but yeah, basically they had it all gardened out and was tended
I
it
bet,
and all
I bet
that
we
shit.
could turn like a desert into a
Yeah.
if you really plan it, we really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean you could drastically change. I wonder if it was surrounding the area or where they gathered the seeds to plant it from. You know what I mean? Like wherever that was had
Well,
to
they-
originally been in
Supposedly
a
they
forest.
figured all that out, like they was crossbreeding seeds with seeds and to end up with such and such. And
Did you guys know cauliflower has no nutritional value and it's
Yeah.
not even a natural?
right.
No, that's crazy.
I
We've
don't
been
eat
eating
cauliflower. I don't eat broccoli either.
I like
Broccoli's
broccoli.
good, man.
I like spinach.
He
I like
had
spinach.
me
If you
eat
cook
green
it
beans. I ate green beans over here, a whole full plate of them.
You never had green beans before?
I don't
really
like
like
them.
a
It's my
full
worst
plate,
food.
but
Did you like them?
I know,
Don't get too
it-
excited.
Did you like
It
them the
was-
last time you
It
had
was a
them?
full plate. They were good. I didn't like the texture. I struggled on the last few. I almost puked. I was like, I'm trying. It's good. It's just
green
the
beans are
texture.
easy, man. Green beans, especially if you season it up right. I really like snow peas. I don't know if they have any nutritional value, but in New York they used to come off the trees and stuff.
Well, what he was talking about, I take green beans, wax beans, chop some onions, and some rotel and fry them all up.
Them tomatoes
sounds
taste like
seasoning.
meat.
That sounds really good.
It is really good.
It
That
tastes
should,
like
go,
meat.
that should go with my chicken and Alfredo.
Yeah.
Or even without the Alfredo, just a little oil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed. I was like, I can't believe this tastes like.
He never invites me over when he cooks. You see this? You see this?
What?
I don't cook like that often because I'm here by my damn self, man. It's like,
Yeah, we
It
were here
sucks.
late. Bushmaster had it too. He's not in the chat right now.
Don't give Bushmaster no food.
well, actually, I had cooked that for Easter. I took down or whatever, and it was, I had it. I was having the next day leftovers.
I cook really good turkey. My turkey is always juicy.
Man, I did 2 of them so far in my life, and both of them come out banging ass. I was surprised. I did this roast this one
Banging
time.
ass.
It was just unbelievable. I actually filmed it, man. It just, I mean, it just fell apart.
Yes, that's how you know. That's how
It
you
was
know.
like, oh my God.
My turkeys, man, you can see like the juices flowing in the skin,
Yeah,
out the skin,
boy.
in the stuff it with like garlic and onions and potatoes.
Bunch of sticks of butter.
Yes.
Man, sounds good.
Nothing like cooking your own turkey.
Yeah.
Some lemon.
I used to do that when I was living on like Garfield. I got into a little bit of like the tradition before everything went downhill.
I did mine in like what they call it, a Dutch oven or whatever the hell. Not really, not like a Dutch oven. I forget what they call it. Big ass pan with the lid on it.
You talking about like a shit? I got one of those at the house. A slow cooker? Pressure cooker.
No, not a pressure cooker. Basically like a slow cooker, I guess. But it don't have no pressure. It's just, you know
It's
what I
the
mean.
pan that
It's just
goes
a lid.
into this oven.
Because a lot of people put tin foil
Yeah,
over their
tin foil.
shit,
It's
but
actually
I
smarter
it's
to
just
use
got a
pan.
lid.
It's like a turkey pan, I think is
Yeah,
what it's
basically,
called.
kind of.
It's smarter to use that. Really. I put my shit in like a aluminum foil thing.
But I just.
I got a pork butt in my fridge right now.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, it's going down. You said you just looked at me like, "Can I come over?" Yeah, you can come over. Yeah, come on.
Pork
You can come
butt.
over too, son. Nah, I'm gonna take the skin off.
Walk around,
Cut the
have
skin
me
off?
bringing a side dish. Yeah.
I'm gonna peel the skin off. I'm gonna marinate everything, rub it all down. Then I'm gonna put the skin back on. Then I'm gonna take the skin off later on, let it get crispy.
I've done that once. Peeled the skin off.
So amazing.
Man, I'm gonna get hungry,
talking
go
about
home,
pork.
have eggs, and be like, man, this is not not what we were talking about. That's all good. That most people watching YouTube, I swear, are eating. It's like a thing to
Oh,
watch YouTube and eat.
They're probably going to bed now. Gary
Wow.
passed out. He hit the bottom of the bottle. It's about time for us to get the hell out of here anyway.
Yes,
isn't it?
sir.
My phone had shut off.
Yeah, what's the time say? Oh, 2:0. Is that, what's this?
10:32.
2:14. Oh, we're 14 minutes over, kids.
Hey,
Shit.
if y'all don't know about me,
Get the hell
Google
outta
me,
here.
KP Malone. I got 2 singles out, and I'm also on a single with Snoop Dogg and Kels. Google me, KP Malone. Check my music out.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we was talking about, but Gary
The
said,
world's
yes,
flat.
it's a monitor, the emergency. Oh, that light signal thing.
Yeah.
It's a monitor in the emergency vehicular. Anyway, kids, we're out of here.
Hey.
Got places to go, people to see, things to do. We shall see you next Wednesday. We don't know who the hell the guest is. We'll find somebody, hopefully. Maybe it'll be him again.
You
I
never
always
know
fill
what
in
you're
for
gonna
everybody.
But thanks for hanging out with us and all that good stuff.
Appreciate each and every one of
anything
you.
else?
Peace.
Check us out on Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube.
If you're in
I
the
don't have a
Canton
TikTok
area,
or whatever.
go check out the gas band down at the spot.
Yep, on the 17th.
If you're
Or
in
you
the
can-
Akron area.
You could come hang out with us during rehearsals.
You're in the parking lot. You see,
Here on a Thursday night.
Facts though.
You're in the parking lot of a Walmart. You might see Seth rapping for $1.
Rapping
never
for
know
a
when you're gonna
dollar.
catch
He's really
me,
out
yeah.
there in the field.
You might
man.
catch him down there at the monument too.
Might catch him
Yeah.
talking to your mom.
He's starting to get groupies down there.
Somewhere in Canton. But I'll be in
Anyway.
Akron May 10th.
All right, kids, we are out of here. Have a good night. Peace. See you on the next one. Adios.
Oh yes, amiga.